the timelines that we move through, how we timelines. I'm going to explain a little bit about that, or a lot of bit about that as well. So let's go with the ascension time. What is this ascension time? There are many ascension times, but this particular one was major. This one we're not going to see probably in the rest of our, we have not seen in our lifetime the potency of this particular ascension time. And I am not just talking about 8-8 gateway, although that was the culmination of it. What you just experienced for most of you is the culmination of this ascension time. It was presence, it was steps all along the way, and how you have been portaling through these energetic hotspots, meaning how you have been unfolding in your consciousness determines how you go through the ascension time. But we'll get into the how. Let us help get our minds around what is this ascension time. So this particular ascension major portal was culminated by the galactic new year on the 26th of July. That's when it more likely opened up for that window. I want us to understand we have been in light code preparation of it since the summer solstice. Even before that, with Third Eye Atlas, if I could really take it back to those of you, I'm going there so you can understand these were other major ascension times brought us to this particular one. And so with Third Eye Atlas, that was in our sphere, in our field, since last year, and particularly between the 6 months of September to March. And I'm going to say it this way, from Virgo to Pisces, from that month to that month, it was unlocking a lot. So a lot of you may have been experiencing a lot of these changes. It did not just happen just now during the culmination. A lot of what many of you have been experiencing has been happening before then. Around that time, if you think back to it, I'm going to ask you all to think back to November, one of the major months, November of last year. That was within this 6-month window of Third Eye Atlas. Some major things happened there. Every time I talk to people, they're like, yeah, now that I look at it, there was something major that happened, particularly with probably a relationship, meaning family members, things like that. Something to do that triggered your emotional body, your sacral chakra. It was very heavy on the sacral chakra type energy in November. Then coming forth to March, when it was leaving, there was an energetic seal. That was another major ascension time for many. You may not have known about it, but there's some things that you were doing where you were sealed. You were either in the seal or not. Either way, those who were in the seal had gotten leveled up. And when I say level up, I would really like us to debunk some of these theories about leveling up, because it don't come with goodie bags and, ooh, we leveled up. It means you are brought to another level, and some more ish is going to be kicked in on you in a certain way. However, because you reach that level, you can withstand it differently if you're paying attention, those who are in the seal. So it's not that you weren't feeling it, but you can withstand it a little bit more. Now that was 6 months. To these people who were really sealed in and included in that 6 months, there is this 9-month window that came to a culmination right about now, that you have had the rebirthing. This is very, 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 very few people. It may literally be only 1 or 2 people that acquired the crystalline body, right? Others are tapping into their crystalline, but these very, very select few have acquired it through this culmination from thus far of everything I've been telling you. When you got to from March to June is the other 3 months, right? So March makes the 6 months, the other 3 months, that makes 9 months, would be up to June, up to the summer solstice. And that began your laboring. From that then forth, it was labor and delivery time for those particular souls that were coming through the rebirthing, right? That's one level. What I'm giving to you now is 2 levels and 2 layers of who have been going through this ascension time. That one would be very, very, very few, the first one I just gave you. The 2nd level are the ones who are in this 9-month window, that you have had the rebirthing. This is very, very few. The first one I just gave you. The 2nd level are the ones who are in this 9-month window, that you have had the rebirthing. The 2nd level are the ones who are in this 9-month window, that you have had the rebirthing. The 2nd level are the ones who are in this 9-month window, right now from Aries to Sagittarius. From these 9 months, you're in this window now. So the summer solstice has affected all of us. These are when we started getting the light codes, what I'm calling labor and delivery time, light code integration that was preparing us for this particular ascension time. So that has happened from summer solstice, Sirius gateway, that full moon, that new moon, leading up to the halls of Amenti that came right out of the galactic new year on the 26th of July. So you can kind of look at it like from the end of June, from summer solstice, end of June, up until that gateway, up until the 26th. In that window, there was a lot of light code integration going on for those who may have been paying attention. Your bodies may have been calling for you to step away from certain foods. You may have been intuitively being guided to fast, detox, make major changes that you've already been called into, maybe even the prior months you may have been called into. Somebody said Aries to when? From Aries to Sagittarius is the 9-month gestation window that we're in. This is now post the energetic seal. The energetic seal was in March when Third Eye Atlas was leaving. These are pivotal points that I'm giving you right now. Third Eye Atlas left in March. That energetic seal, which was a cosmic threshold, marked the point of the next 9 months. You can consider that conception for those who are in this 9-month window, if I could word it like that. These are those who are going through the major shifts. All of us are. But as I said, there's a very, very few that acquired the crystalline body right now with this rebirthing. Those who have been in conception since last year's Virgo with Third Eye Atlas. So that was their conception, and this was that rebirthing. Right? So thank you. So with that said, we're looking at 2 different conception times, and they're kind of overlapping if you notice. So it's almost like John the Baptist and Jesus, when he was like 6 months before Jesus, kind of like that. It's like that. So when we got to 6 months, the crystalline birthers right now, when we got to 6 months, then the next set were being in that conception, if that makes sense. And that depends on what level you are at in your soul's work. Nobody is pointing you out and saying you get it. There's no bouncer in the club letting you in and out. This is based on your alignment with these particular energetic points. And I'm talking alignments with full moons. I'm talking alignments with the solstices and the equinoxes. These are alignments with the cosmos that opens us up to light code integration if you so choose to move through your consciousness, right? So with that said, the ascension, as I said, to get back to the ascension, because I know sometimes it's hard to get still away from getting in the hows. It kind of sneaks in there. I want to stay on the what. So just so we really understand what the ascension time is. And so coming through the light code, the birthing canal, light code sandwiches, we were doing all of that. And then boom, we hit here. Galactic New Year, opening up the halls of Amenti up until now, all the way through to the new moon. So from full moon to new moon, there was this window of ascension time. And this is a major portal. What makes it very major is because of Jupiter. Jupiter is expansion. If you think about the expansionness of Jupiter, its gravitational pull, Jupiter expanded the heck out of this portal right here, which is also a creative portal. It's like layered on top of this portal is a creation portal, because the 8/8, which not only does it mean infinite, but it also means creativity, infinity. Infinite is creative. The infinity is creativity, and infinite is creation. When you live in infinite time space, when you're in your infinite existence, you are in constant creation. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So there's this creative portal as well. So we were doing halls of Amenti right? And sometimes things just open up the more what you know. I'm aware of purposefully, intentionally preparing for halls of Amenti, which is direct light codes with the Sirius star. The Sirius gateway is really direct because it's direct with our sun. And then the 8-8 Lions gateway is also affiliated with the Sirius star. So you may have seen people talking about that as well. And so this is a hallway that you're to walk through. It's not just one day, it's a gateway. And that ascension, it is a major ascension time every year. Every year, this is a major ascension time. However, it's more expansive and magnified and intensified because of Jupiter being in Leo with all of this, because this happens obviously in Leo every time. So that's the magnitude of ascension time. So I'm going to like pause right there to give some, questions, and, that is the what of what ascension time is. So we'll
So
see if
anybody over here have any questions before she go further? And when she's talking about Jupiter and expansion and the Leo and all these things, when we jump into that, let's talk about chakra real quick. So see it. Jupiter expanding, right? So that means consciousness expanding. That means you should be expanding, right? So then when we jump into the Leo of it, that's jumping into your tribe of Judah, which is in your solar plexus. This is your courage, your strength. Okay? So if Jupiter is expanding, that means you should be expanding in your strength. Walking into things that you are supposed to be doing. Like she said, this last month was those ones who were in that birth canal. We was going, we was getting things together, we was moving the fire horse, we was doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Fire so that's what Jupiter, when I just want to break it all the way down. When she's talking about Jupiter is expansion. That's inside your nervous system, family. Okay? It sits in your solar plexus. This is the year. Remember, we've been saying this for the last, I've been hollering for the last year. That it was time for us to start moving and expanding in a way of our strength and our courage. So now we are here. So you should still not be sitting on whatever it is that you plan to be doing. You should be actually working in it at this point. Okay, so
Ashe, and that's go ahead. What you said? And
I just asked any questions. Y'all can put them in the chat, and I'll ask her. Or y'all can go to her side and ask her. Either way y'all want.
Yeah.
But I just want to, share with that real quick, because y'all know I be teaching the kingdom. So we got to understand this is what this kingdom type of walk and talk look like, y'all. That's why I be telling the family it's all together. You can't take one from the other. Everything connects dots. Okay, so. That's why we are here, different places, different times, but everything is connected, okay?
Ashe. Ashe. So thank you. And, as you were saying that, I was on live, late last night, and this card came out. I have been looking for the Awakened Lion because I felt this card in the deck, and I'm shuffling, and it just flew out. And it was like, here it is, the Awakened Lion. So I brought that out. I wanted to make sure I share that with y'all. This is the Awakened Lion. Those who have woken, who have awoken, however you want to say it. And yes, with that solar plexus energy, the fire horse, listen to all of these synchronicities. This is fire horse energy. We are in the year of the fire horse. We are in the element of fire. Leo is fire. And it's fire.
When we talk about fire, I want y'all to see. I like to take it back to biblical text because I'm a down south girl. I'm straight out of religion. Okay, I like to think about it as Meshach, Abednego,
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yep. In the fire.
And see what the fire represented, y'all, was the thoughts and senses, right? Not a literal person stepped in. It was Christ consciousness rose up in the solar plexus. Listen at it. Fire. Solar plexus. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Fire, 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 fire. Fire is supposed to burn off anything. I mean, no fear, no doubt, no none of that.
Nothing.
At this point, y'all should be to the point where even if death crept up on you, you would be like, what, bitch?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hello.
This is what, see, we didn't even get to that yet. Hold up. We didn't even get to the, no. I'm just saying, but y'all need to know this, ultimately, this is a death to rebirth. I'm glad you mentioned it. This is about death, y'all. Everybody think it's all, oh, we catching light codes. Woo, woo. These light codes are making you sacrifice your old timeline. This is a death to rebirth transformation. There's no other way around it. Death to rebirth transformation. Pluto is in the opposition in Aquarius, the wind. The wind is blowing and intensifying that fire. And Pluto is death to rebirth transformation. So we got Pluto in opposition with Jupiter. We gotta listen to the cosmos. They talking. They are guiding us.
Loud, y'all.
Loudly. They on the intercom right now. They ain't even whispering. They on the intercom saying, listen up. Listen up. Calling all light warriors who are ready for the next 11. I'm calling you to the ascension quarters.
All y'all like to stay in the bed and hide y'all faces like this.
No, it's calling you up. Listen up. So there's so many things going on right now. There's the cosmos. There's the elements. The element of fire is telling you it's purification time. There is the light codes that are coming through. The sun is speaking to you. When y'all hear them talking about, oh, the sun, all these solar flares, the sun is sending the information, sending the light, energy, and information. Let me remind you all, the sun is our server. Yes. The sun is our Google Chrome server from Mama Universe. Light codes are streaming through at an intense rate. You know why it's so intense right now? Because we are in the 5th dimension. Ergo, therefore, the sun is compatible with where the planetary ascension is. So if we are in the 5th dimension, we are getting 5th density light. And for those who are not, 5 have not yet leveled up to becoming at least a 4th dimensional soul, you on fire, and you in the fire, and you will be consumed by the fire if you are still at a 3rd dimensional soul level. These are choices, y'all. I'm not these are choices. I'm not saying you better but I'm letting you know.
Right there. Choices. What do we say about choices, family?
Chosen.
To choose.
Choice points. Ding, ding, ding.
Connected again. Dots connected again. Let's go, sis.
I'm letting you know. And somebody say, Leo is my rising, my first house. This is speaking to my soul. Well, you need to open up, answer, listen. I don't like to tell people what they need to do, but yes, it is speaking tightly with you. And for those of you who have a North Node, South Node in Leo, please go check your birth charts. I do birth chart readings. Please go check your birth chart. Make sure you check the North Node and South Node. I'm not finna even ask you what you're right now. Anybody doing a birth chart with me, the first thing I'm going to let them know, we're going to talk about that North Node, South Node. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about your sun sign. I feel like enough of you know enough about your sun sign. Everybody, oh, I'm a this, you know enough about that. Do you know what that North Node, South Node do? Do you know what your Chiron is? If you really want to know the challenges that's coming up right now, do you know what your Chiron is?
Right.
Chiron is telling you the challenges that you are going to be dealing with in this lifetime. Yes. All your woes, that thing that you get up saying, man, all my life I had to fight. I had this same problem all my life. I had this same money problem. I had this same relationship problem and the same kind of relationship problem. The same kind of money problem. All my life I had. You see that same thing? That's your Chiron. That's your Chiron. You need to go find out where your Chiron in your natal chart is. That's going to explain to you what you have to overcome, why you keep facing it. And you're going to keep facing it until you overcome and transcend it. Then you transcend your Chiron. Then you have evolved through your Chiron.
What that sound like right there? That sound like some lessons.
Lesson.
That sound like some lessons. Is you talk about lessons?
Yeah. You bet.
Oh, shit.
Run, tell that. Go get your lessons. Go get your lessons. Ashe.
Look, I ain't say
No, Chiron. I love Chiron. Chiron help you get your shit together. Chiron, Saturn. You see all the things that y'all be running from. I live for that. I'm adrenaline for that stuff because it's going to help quicken you. Now, if you want to lay in the back and pussyfoot around some things, go ahead, run from it. But if you the type of soul like me, I'm looking for it. I want to know what I came here to do. Let's accelerate this pace. I'm not trying to drag it out. Some of y'all that don't like it, y'all like to drag it out. I'm trying to accelerate the pace. Tell me my Chiron.
Like when it comes to our planetary alignments, y'all, I know it's sucky when they come. I know it feels as if it is sucky. You know what I mean? But listen, family. Once we talked about this once. When these type of things come into our life on our birth charts, they're letting us know up front, hey, this is what you were dealing with. So it's easier for you to overcome it. Mm-hmm. But what we'll do is we'll just read or don't know nothing about it, one of the two. And instead of tapping in to what we need to go and learn, because that's our history. Yeah. Really ignorance is no excuse. To me, it's better you go find out. Go find out, because ignorance is no excuse when it comes to the universe. You chose that timeline. Let's be clear. You as a spirit, you chose that particular course. You chose that cosmic panel called your birth chart. That is your spiritual blueprint that's giving you the course that you came here to have. You chose that. So when you get to know it, then you get to show it. It's time to show and prove. Study and show thyself approved. So now it is to learn what your natal chart is, so you can know what you came here to do. Don't run from it. Find your Chiron. Find your Saturn. Where is your Saturn showing you up? Because Saturn is discipline. Saturn is the Lord of karma. Saturn is checks and balances. It's saying it's time to pay that debt. Saturn is the lead in your shit. Listen. Saturn came around to make sure you transmuting some shit, okay? Yep. Saturn like the overseer, like what's going on. We on point here. You doing what you supposed to do? Y'all being that good Bible talking about, oh Lord, thou art thou. Y'all didn't know y'all was talking to Saturn. Mm-hmm. Saturn. So knowing. Keep calling on the Lord if you want to. Be careful what you ask for. That's why I said be careful what you ask for. Be careful, because you're asking for truth. And the universe is going to say, oh, you want some more truth? Here it is. And you who don't know your birth chart is going to get hit, sideswiped, and then be tossed around and be like, I don't know what to do. Well, check your birth chart. It's some stuff happening for you. They say it's Saturn a reflection. Saturn comes to kind of double back to check to see if you got the lesson first. Mm-hmm. It's coming. It's about accountability. It's about responsibility. And accountability, like I like to tell people, is about being able to account for the energy that has been held in account for this lifetime as well as previous lifetimes. You came here to deal with some ish, even from previous lifetimes. That's why you took this lifetime as an opportunity to correct what you did not correct in the previous lifetime. Saturn is the one that's making sure, hey, rent due. Let's go. You ready to check this account? You still got this energy held in account. You ain't deal with it yet. You didn't learn the soul's life lesson yet. Ashe? So I wanted to answer somebody here. That's where we find ourselves, y'all, when we're going round and round again. Round and round again. Round and round and round again. Okay? So when you know you're in a cycle, Saturn is probably there like, hey, I've been here, I'm back. You ain't get it yet. Yeah, you ain't get it yet. Let's go. Let's go again. And it may take you lifetimes. You may have to come back again. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. And yep. So what we fail to understand as humans who are reaching our divine nature, right? As we rise up in consciousness, y'all, this is the things that we will see, during these timelines. You gotta let the stuff go, y'all. Got to. There's no way around it. And see, what we have to understand is, we came here for a purpose. right? Every one of us, every soul that is here on this earth has a purpose.
Ashe.
So what happened was we forgot our purpose, y'all. And we started having fun. We started playing.
Got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, we was mixing it up a little bit. And so now what Saturn is really overall, because remember how I've been telling y'all, we're not just a reflection of one another, we're also a reflection of Mother Earth. The planets lives within us, right? So when they doing their thing, if we not down here rebirthing and cycling, what y'all think the outside of us? I keep telling you, we're only a reflection of what our Earth looks like now.
As within, so without.
Come on. So this is necessary. We have got to get. We have got to become. What's my favorite Bible scripture? Being in the world but not of it.
Yeah. In the world, not of it. Know that. And we got to know what that means. Because a lot of people say it, but they still of it. Like a lot of people, I hear church people say, oh, I'm in the world, not of the world. You are so of the world. You are so of the world. And I'm gonna say something here that may hit some stones, but I'm gonna be clear. And if you in the church, you are of the world. I'm not even finna sugarcoat that. If you still in the church, you are of the world, because the church is of the world. Even Yeshua did not go in the buildings. He did not go in the synagogues except to tell them that they live out of filthy cups. Yeshua never preached up in a synagogue. Y'all stop fooling yourselves. So if you are in a building called a synagogue or a church, you are of the world. You are not in the world. You are of the world. You are not of Christ consciousness. You are not of divinity. You are about division in this place.
This is the thing. We talk about it all the time, sis. When we are discussing the wheat and the tare, okay? We're talking about great separation and things of that nature. Like she said, if you are in a synagogue, you are the tare. You are the problem. That's what we're seeing all over the world right now. Because, like I've been telling y'all, it doesn't matter where you practice, it's how you love.
Ashe.
It's a choice. You can be where you want to be, but it's about knowing the truth behind where you are and being in that practice and still learning how to love one another without saying, oh, they're Buddha, they're Jesus, they're spiritual, new reality, new whatever. It don't matter.
It's one.
Y'all. That's the biggest problem.
It's
right
one.
There.
It's one love.
Yeah,
one God.
If the word is a living word, right? And it all connects, right? And so we're connected to the living word, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. So that means we're all connected. It can't nothing be separate from nothing. Okay? So that's the problem that we are foreseeing. Because everybody's continually wanting to stay in that us against them type of energy. Not understanding that's the biggest problem.
Ashe. So we got to know where we at in this situation. And separation is not it. It's an illusion of separation. But don't get me twisted. You see, while we're going through these ascensions, you are going to experience a separation, because you have to separate from the illusions of separation. You have to separate from the false matrix. So these things are happening to break you apart. Right? It's don't get it twisted, because I hear some people say that when we've done our 5D work, when I was first doing this in 2022, and they was like, why are you talking about separation? I thought 5D was about unification. And I had to explain it to them. Listen, we can't have true one mind consciousness if we are living in illusions of separation. So first, you have to separate from those illusions. So you are going to experience some type of separation and coming apart and death to rebirth and all of, you're going to experience that first, so that you can truly be in the one mind consciousness. You cannot be in a unity frequency, in a consciousness of false matrix separation illusions. That does not go. You cannot carry it with you. That's why we're going through all this turmoil as ascension goes on, and we go through ascension time after ascension time after ascension time. Every time you go through a mark bench or whatever of ascension time, you have to release. And if you don't, that's fine. Not everybody releases. And that's why not everybody shifts to a timeline. And that's what we're going to get to when we talk about these timelines. You do not timeline shift. You do not quantum leap if you do not release densities. If you do not have a death to rebirth transformation, you do not get to shift timelines just because the 8-8 Lionsgate came and you jumped in some type of, I'm going to do this for that. No, did you release anything? Because if not, that's going to block your ascension.
A lot of you who all did the 8-8, if you didn't know what the hell you was doing and you was just doing some shit to do it, like my girl, Miss T said over there, we could very well, Saturn can double back and give you badness instead of the rebirth that we're looking for. So you all gotta be careful and know that this ain't something to play with, my love.
Not at all. Not at all. Don't play. So let me get to, I wanted to see, because there was somebody here that I had to respond. I don't know your name. I think it starts with a T. And it was like, well, he said everything is in Leo. He have a North in Leo, Chiron in Taurus. And he's like, the universe is kicking my ass. So I see you. Listen, I see you, and you may want to do a natal chart reading, and you may want to do a one-on-one with me so I could kind of guide you through, because I already see, I'm like, oh yeah, my Chiron is in Taurus too. And so for those who are born within that time frame of between like 1976 to about 1984, 85, if you born within that window, your Chiron is in Taurus, and we are having our Chiron return. Because Chiron is in Taurus right now, and it's going to be there for the next several years. So it is bringing up those wounds that you were birthed in. This is where it was in our birth. You might want to check the exact degree to see where it really tightens with you. But this is where Chiron was at that time, and now Chiron is here again for everybody. This is affecting everybody. Chiron in Taurus is having us look at our wounds, about how we feel about our bodies, about our finances, about relationships, everything that Taurus is about, which is very material world and physical things. That's Taurus. Taurus is the earth. Taurus is Jeb. The month of Jeb in our calendar is Taurus, because Jeb is the earth. Ashe? That's,
I think I was the same, pretty much, me and yours.
Yeah, we have the same Chiron in Taurus, right?
Yeah.
Ashe. So
kicking my ass, y'all. So
listen, Chiron will let you know. But for whoever said they Chiron is in Aries, you got your butt kicked the last 8 years when it was in Aries. A lot of stuff came up for you, and I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. And for whoever said theirs is in Gemini, you next. It's coming to you next.
Y'all give him a little bit of bullshit. Push it on over there with y'all.
Ashe.
Where do I find it on my chart?
Which one? Chiron? Where do you find Chiron? You whatever, pull up a chart. I don't know if this person has a chart table, but if you go to Astro Cafe. I would say Astro Cafe, because Astro Cafe gives you everything, including your Lilith. It even tell you where your Lilith is.
Put that in the chat.
Astro Cafe.
They give you your Lilith too, you said.
Yeah, they give you your Lilith. That's why I like that. It gives you everything. I would say if you a good app to have on your phone is Time Passages. What's that?
I saw them now. Astro Cafe is in the chat so they can see it.
Ashe. Somebody said left church a long time ago. That's right. I know that's right. And look, I'm not throwing no shade. It's a time and place for everything, but I'm telling y'all right now is not the time. Jump out of church like you got gasoline draws on and it's fire. Jump out. That I'm not usually, I would leave that alone, but with everything that I'm seeing that's happening right now, for those who are on the ascension time, you don't want to play, don't straddle the fence. That's going to be straddling the fence, and church is a lower vibration. It's going to hinder you. There's nothing that church can give you. I'm not going to say nothing unless you know how to metaphysically read certain scriptures, but church, being in and of the church while trying to get your ascension, that's like straddling the fence with something sharp on the fence. You about to get hurt.
Miss Natasha said, do we want a birth chart or or natal chart?
Birth and natal chart is the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Bloom. Thank you, Bloom, for putting it in there correctly for me. I appreciate that.
Yes, because
Thanks, her, Natasha.
mm-hmm. And because the birth is the natal, that's what I call your nativity scene. That's all of our nativity scene. Your natal chart is your natal activity. That's your nativity scene. You see how they talk about Jesus' birth was a nativity? Yeah, your nativity, your manger, and your nativity scene is your birth chart. I tell you, I gotta know how to decode the Bible. They talking about birth charts.
Yeah, they're talking about astrology, the whole Bible, y'all, pretty much. That whole Bible is full of astrology. And for you and you who still, fuck with it, we fool with the Bible. We ain't talking against it. We just saying this ain't the time to be over there talking about Jesus stuff, say stuff. No.
Somebody said I booked a one-on-one with you. I'm both nervous and excited. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, she gonna get to the business.
I'm gonna get to it.
I can say about my sister, she does get to the business. She handle things. Y'all want natal charts. We're gonna actually give you some more information at the end once we're done talking about some activities of what I do and what she does, so y'all can have opportunity to get into whatever it is you need to.
And there's a major opportunity right now for whoever stick around, whoever's really feeling what I'm saying to y'all. I was guided to open up another expansion window. Is why I even reached out to Dedicated, because Spirit was telling me it's some more. It's one or two, and I need you to be there for who these people are to help assist them. So it's not for everybody. I'm not doing a whole class course, but for who it's for, I'm offering something at the end. We'll be able to explain it to you to help you self-actualize this particular ascension portal, to kind of take advantage of it before it fully closes. There's an extension to the portal, if that makes sense. So I'm going to offer that with like a one-on-one with whatever 1 and 2 people this applies to. All right, so we have
a question. What's the difference between zodiac and Placidius?
Placidius is not one of my words. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd have to Google that, because that's one of them words that I don't even pay attention to, because my spirit doesn't call it to me. It's like that's irrelevant.
I can't answer it because that's the same. I done seen it before, but my spirit is
yeah, same thing. My spirit be like, man, I'm not gonna lie. When I come across it, spirit tells me it's irrelevant. And when something is irrelevant, I don't, because there's so much information streaming through. So if it's irrelevant, I filter it out.
So fancy, let me tell you, like sometimes you will burn across people. Well, we don't know everything. We just know what we call to.
Yeah.
If it equals house placement.
Okay.
House placement.
Thank you. Yeah, but here's the thing. When I look at Astro Cafe, I see that as a list of options. So it would say Placidius. It would say equal house placement. It have like a list of them. So I always choose equal house placement. That's what my spirit guide me to. So I'm like, I don't know what all them other words are, but that is what I heard was it's irrelevant. But thank you. I'm gonna go make the connection. Appreciate it.
Now we know. Some of us can't do it because of yokes. Can't do what, Ash Renee? What you mean, baby? She said, I just figured it out. Well, we thank you for sharing with us, because that's what we like to do when we
share the information. If we don't got it, somebody got it. Drop it in the chat.
Yeah, we teach the students. We like to all share. If we don't know something, we don't tell you we don't know, girl. Okay?
Ashe.
You go study and come bring it back to us like you did. Appreciate that.
Ashe. Somebody said that the illusion is that, okay, this feel like it. I could already see in the words, it kind of looked like a little bit of lower vibration. I'm going to go ahead and answer you. The illusion is that black people think white people accept them, and then when they go missing, they don't understand why. So I could already hear that you have some wounds about the situation that we all know about, but holding on to those wounds is not going to help you during ascension time. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say it's a right or wrong. There is a right or wrong, but when we waste time debating these issues, you miss your ascension. And that's something that I did a video about. When we were having the Sirius gateway, a lot of people plugged out. plugged out of this, and I want to do a demonstration so you even see what I'm talking about. This is what it looks like. We got light codes coming in, right? So we plugged in, right? What happens is we're plugged in to getting these light codes from Sirius, especially people who said, I'm not celebrating 4th of July, right? These are the people that were really plugged in because you had an attention, an intention to not be distracted by 4th of July. So what happens is you look like this now. You're plugged in. And guess what they did? They cast a net for all of you who said you're not going to do the holiday this year. They threw, and they knew it was a lot of people. And when I say they, I'm talking about the demonic database, the cabal, whatever you want to call it. They know. So they utilize these available people. And now this boy, Nolan Wells, that had this, when did it happen? The day right after 4th of July. When did it happen? The peak of the Sirius Gateway is the 5th of July. So guess what happened? Everybody wake up on their phone. Oh, black boy missing, black boy missing. Guess what happens? This. You just unplugged from your light code integration because now you're in your feelings. Now you're in your feelings, and they got you where they want you. They don't care. You don't gotta celebrate 4th of July. They got you though. They got you.
It's about the energy, family. Later on, they came back with the missing.
The throat chakra, and they did this. They did. Let me tell y'all when. This how you know they strategic. First, they distracted y'all from y'all serious light codes. Everybody done. Even if you didn't know about serious light codes, that you were not being distracted by the 4th of July means you were more intuitively plugged into the light codes we were getting, just by having your conscious a little bit more clear. But the moment that you paid attention to this Nolan Wells case, that no matter how much any of you pay attention, y'all cannot bring him back. I'm not trying to be inconsiderate. I'm being very clear about how these energy ascension times go and how you block your own integration. So you plug out, and now you all up in your feelings. You on all kind of platforms debating, but you know how many platforms I saw that people was talking about this thing. So many. You getting caught up when you scrolling, and every time it pops up, it's all across, and you watching it and you watching it, and you get, every time you watch it, it's pulling your emotions in, and then you getting your intellect all involved about what's right or wrong, what's black or white, who was wrong, all the wrong things except your light code integration. The whole point that a lot of people not paying attention is you missed your light code into, or you, let me say, you discharged, you disconnected. And so right after that, what happened is during the cosmic belt, the Barbolt's basket, that was another ascension point for a lot of people. 4 planets at 4 degrees. That was calling a lot of people together if they were paying attention. And guess what they did at the most potent day of the Barbolt basket? His funeral. So instead of y'all paying attention to what y'all need to be paying attention to, they grabbed you back with his funeral. And then after the funeral, when they did the autopsy, that was in between getting ready for the galactic new year, getting ready to walk into the halls of Amenti. They talking to y'all about the autopsy, and then they even letting you know the throat is missing. That's a sign to let all of us know in the collective that your throat is missing. Your throat chakra is shot, and we're being called to be expressions of truth to authenticate the vibratory field. See, all of this is in it, but we distracted when we looking at the other stuff. Ashe? And
what have we been talking about, family?
The throat.
You do not start using your communication. What did I tell y'all? I said it was gonna be a big thing. Really soon. Communication, authenticity is gonna be your only currency, family. Why y'all think they're getting rid of all the fade? Why y'all think this is happening, y'all? It's not because they just don't want you to have nothing. They trying to teach y'all how to use what you got to get what you want, baby. And most of y'all are still sitting back saying, I'm fearful, I'm doubtful, I don't like this, I can't start here, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Fear.
Not realizing that this is some real shit that's happening in the spiritual realm, y'all. This ain't got nothing. Remember, I told y'all, this ain't got nothing to do, yes, on a personal level, going within, yes, it has everything to do with us.
Bigger
But on
than
the
that.
other hand, it got everything to do with as above.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
It's bigger
So
than you.
it's bigger than, come on, sis.
Mm-hmm.
And see, we keep falling for the fuckery, y'all.
All the
Like,
time.
we keep over and over. I'm talking about, we can't even get offline long enough to just get the download, see clearly, go into your throat chakra
Ashe.
and your heart chakra so you can rise up into your vision so you can see over the motherfucking veil. Fuck seeing in the veil, see over the bitch.
Yep. We too distracted. And I say all of this for us to understand what plugs you out of your ascension. I want us to focus on that. While we're here listening, going, ooh, ascension time, I want you to also understand how you miss your ascension time, how you miss your divine coordinates within the ascension time because of what you disconnect from and because of what you choose to connect to while being in the ascension, right? And before I go on, somebody was asking, what if you don't have your birth time? That it's okay. You can still look at your overall birth chart. The birth time is, if it matters, if you are on the cusp. If you're born on the cusp, that's when it matters. And for your rising sign, because the rising sign really goes by the time of day that you're born, because at the time that you're born, there is an it is sitting, there is a one of the houses is sitting on the horizon at the time that you're born, and that changes about every like 2 hours, something like that. So it matters if it's within the 2 hours. So it matters, but not really. I always tell people, even if you don't have the time, put in a day, because then at least you have your planetary, you have your birth chart of what was there the day you was born, right? And if you get the time, even if you're born on the cusp, it means that you hold the qualities of both those signs. You're on the cusp. So if you're on the cusp of like Pisces and Aries, you're gonna have qualities of both Pisces and Aries. It depends on you, it depends on your personality. It also depends on other planetary placements that draw you more into that particular house with certain things. So the time matters, but not really. If you, whatever the day is, just go with your day. Ashe? Let me.
Sweet Blue said, so a July Leo would be a cusp.
A July Leo, no, a cusp is like when you're born on the cusp of that, what I call the true month, because the signs are really the true month. They're not zodiac signs, you all. That is your true month. So if you want to know more about that, you're gonna want to check out my 5D calendar, which I got to send out to Dedicated. I know she patiently waiting on her calendar. And so, and some of you who have ordered it already, I have it coming through. I had to get through this new moon window, so I got it coming through to you. But the 5D calendar goes with these months. So when you say a July, what she said, like a July Leo?
Yeah, July Leo.
A July Leo means you're a Leo born in the first decan. There are 3 decans to each month, which means the decan is like 10 days because there's 30 degrees in each month or house, right? So you're born, if you're born in July, more likely you're born, and you're a Leo, you're born in the first decan of Leo. So you're born in the beginning of the month of Leo. You're not on a cusp, you're born in that month. Ashe? Ashe. So let me see. That is why, okay, someone said that's why I'm here. Yep. So first to text me peace. Okay, no, that's some craziness. I was just catching up to see if anybody had any questions. Anybody got any questions on your end?
No, they just putting their birthdays in there, what time it is or what time. Y'all don't be putting y'all birthdays and time in. Thank you now. Don't do that. Want to be kind of personal with your stuff. Okay.
Somebody on my side, Bloom. Thank you, Bloom. Journey says sign up for the workshop academy with Celestial. Thank you, Bloom.
Yeah, we was gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk about it.
Y'all. So, yeah, don't y'all be putting y'all birthdays in this chat, sis.
Yeah, we that's for the one-on-one. Give it to me in the natal. Do your one-on-one, because then I'm gonna have to like sit with you, and I want to make sure everybody get this understanding about the ascension time, so we could kind of see what we're feeling, what's happening. That's what we want to
Right.
go to. What you were gonna say
Let's
something?
focus on that.
Yes. So
So yeah, we gonna focus on y'all. We gonna if y'all want to sign up for birth charts, things, all that. Y'all go sis. We gonna put all the information at the end. We got y'all covered. We promise. We gonna leave y'all out. We ain't coming over here and dropping these diamonds, and not giving you a place to go and explore the motherfucker, so you can turn that pipe into pressure. You know them diamonds into some pressure around here, all right?
be prepared for the pressure too. Be prepared, right?
Man,
Be
I know that's right.
prepared.
Okay, baby, sing it, cause
So
the pressure when it busts, baby, it ain't fine. That's wine all the time.
all the
Oh, that was
time,
far.
like fine genuine.
You
Ooh,
see what I mean?
scoop,
Oh
scoop.
God, baby, get into it.
So,
I love it. But yes, y'all,
so the
on the ascension, when
mm-hmm,
we talk about the ascension, though, you know, again, these are things that are happening in your nervous system, okay? And like we talk about with Nola Wells, all of us it is so very much time. It is not enough for y'all to hear somebody behind the screen telling y'all what's happened spiritually now.
mm-hmm.
Because I told y'all a couple months ago when we did that, I had a download from Mother Earth. We did it. And basically she came through saying that we done had enough spiritual downloads, y'all. We done
That's
had
enough.
enough confirmations. We done had enough prophecies. We done had enough of, oh, what you think about this? Well, what you think about it? Shit.
What do you think about it? What is it? Now it's time to pay attention to where you fall in alignment, and that's why I feel the ascension time is really important. And I get it, not everybody know how to read the stars and know where it is. This is pretty much what I specialize in. I'm not even gonna lie, this is what I've been doing since 2022. I know how to find these coordinates and to get the downloads for it. That's how I found that 5D, the fifth dimension 5D Independence Day. And they would like, people was like, how you know it's 5D? And I was like pointing to the coordinates. I was like, look at this. This is what Pluto returned, and you. This means that this is the 5D independence. I said, don't worry, y'all will catch up. But I'm gonna celebrate it right now. If anybody go to my YouTube page and you put in 5D independence, you're going to see, you're probably going to see different ones because I do it every time now. But if you go to my original one, it's like you'll see it was coming online in 2022. You probably, what we in 2024? So it's going to say 4 years ago. If you go to the one that say 4 years ago, that's the original, the first time, and people was looking at me like, how, what is you talking about? Where can I look up 5D independence? Oh, because you're not reading the stars. Don't worry, y'all will catch up in a few years. But I'll be the first to say it because I see it. So I say that to say this. I've been doing it since 2022 where I can know where certain alignments are in the stars and where there's a very high potency. Sometimes I don't know till right before it. Like that, like it'll pull me in right there. How I would know it, but I may not know how potent it is till like we get in it and we touch it. And that's how we ended up having this 21-day workshop. I didn't plan that. It was supposed to be just, I was doing the full moon, which I didn't plan that either. It was when spirit let me know, hold up, I had the dream that came to me that said, this Halls of Amenti is bigger than the one in 2024. It let me know that it ain't got nothing. 2024 ain't got nothing on this one right here. And I was like, so I got to get up. And it was like, yep, get in the shop, call the people, let them know. And I'm like, but I'm not ready to do this till my next one, not till September. And spirit was like, I didn't ask you that. It's going down, basement, right now.
Yo, we don't bring that to y'all. We have to be moved. We move when we led the move. See what I'm saying? That's how it works. When you start really getting in alignment, it ain't about how you do it, it's when you move, like how you be led to do something. Choosing why you do what you need to do. You see what I'm saying?
I say. So you got to move, and that's what makes me in the position that I am, because I'm very obedient to spirit. I'm obedient to the point where people call me crazy. Like my allegiance and obedience to spirit goes beyond anybody's comprehension. I don't care what's going on in the world. So that's why I get called to these things, because I'm that one that is like, look, she gonna do it. If spirit, they my spirit team be like, hey, if you whisper to her, she gonna do it. Hey,
Go do
she.
it. She gonna do it.
So I called into it, and even if I'm reluctant, you know how we actually opened it up by one of you all, by Divine Chase. I'm gonna call her out on TikTok that heard the message, and she said, "I'm paying right now." And she opened the doorway, and I said, "Okay." And if she didn't do that, I wouldn't have did it. I would have just sat back and waited and do the work myself. So that opened up that portal for this ascension time. And as we were in it, I already knew about the Galactic New Year. I told Sis here, Dedicated was there. We did an activation transmission on that day and started the full moon window that it was telling me to do. So I did that for 7 days, and then I knew that we were in the halls of a mentee. So I'm aware, and it said this one is more potent. So what did I do? I made the call again. Detox to detach, y'all. Come on. Whoever wants it, you could pay whatever you want. Dollar, $5, whatever you want. Just put in on your interest. Tithe into your soul's investment of what you want to do. Whoever did that, 7 days with that. And then out of that came the new moon window. And I definitely didn't plan that. So I'm saying that to say these things happened as I was being obedient. I don't even need to know all the answers. I didn't even know how big the portal was till we were in the last 7 days for me to be giving y'all the information I'm giving y'all now. I didn't even have the downloads that I'm about to share with y'all right now about the timelines until I was at the end of this 7-day window with the new moon. These downloads literally came the day of and the day after the new moon, after my rebirthing, after the crystalline rebirthing, because I was rebirthed into the crystalline body. So it gave me the information to give for those like me, those who have had it. It's not a lot of people. It really is like, when I say very, 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 very few that have acquired it. But
It's very narrow lane.
very. However, what it has showed me is that just even if those have not acquired the full capacity or self-actualization of the crystalline body of the 12-strand DNA, that they are tapping into it just as I was. That's what it was showing me. It was just as you were. So leading up to this, I was tapping into my crystalline body. I was acclimating and experience, but I had not come to full self-actualization until this new moon through this. That's how major this ascension time portal was for those who have been in it. And it's showing me that there's many levels of those who have been shifting to the next timeline. And so this is where I have been explaining to some people when it comes to the timelines. There are many timelines. So it's not linear, you all. Like, I hear a lot of people, timelines don't exist, this and that. It's not linear. If you're looking for it to be linear, no. It is very layered and multi-dimensional, and there are timelines within timelines within timelines, just like there are worlds within worlds. So there are this is the best way that I could explain it to us right here and right now. You have timelines within your mind. You yourself are a timekeeper and a vessel of time. And you shift through dimensions because the dimensions are in your mind. You shift through dimensions when you shift a timeline. Every time you collapse a timeline, an old timeline in your mind, you collapse that timeline and you shift a dimension. You collapse that timeline and you shift to a dimension in your mind. That's how you're moving dimensions. The more you do it, the more each and every one of us individually shift these timelines, then we shift the collective timeline, right? So let me say it this way. The timelines that you're shifting through your mind, that's more of a micro. I'm going to show you from the micro to the macro. So there's those timelines in your mind that you're shifting through all the time. And when you're shifting through those timelines, there's this overall timeline that you exist on in your lifetime. That timeline is being shifted by how you shift through the multiple timelines in your mind, if that makes sense. And every time you shift the timeline, and you get to a certain point where you kind of quantum leap. That quantum leap is when you shift the overall timeline of you. I'm not talking about the world, of you. So now you have a quantum leap, a major timeline has collapsed for you, of you yourself, and you shift yourself into your next timeline. And then it begins again. You keep going through timelines, timelines, timelines in your mind until you shift again. It's ever unfolding, right? Then the more of us that shift that one timeline, I'm going to call it your self timeline, right? The one in your mind, I'm going to call it your mind timeline. Your self timeline is that timeline of you. And the more that you shift your self timeline, we collectively shift the collective timeline. The timeline shift because of us every time through humanity. That's just how it is. The ascension happens because we continue to evolve by continuing to be unfolding souls that are pushing timelines and shifting through the dimensions over and over again. So faithfully, that explained, a little bit, lot of bit of how we're shifting through the timelines. And then I'll kind of take a pause to see if there's any questions there before I explain what happened in this particular ascension with our timelines.
Before we go though, she's talking, because y'all know I have to expound on the chakras when she's talking about, right? Because we just have to understand, connecting the dots so y'all can understand why it's so important to just play with the planets and connecting the chakras, right? So your root chakra is going to govern your linear time, okay? Your sacral it governs your cyclical time, right? So when we're talking about jumping timelines and she's saying where all these things are coming from and the highways they're heading from, these are the things she's talking about.
Okay?
From your sacral and your root, this is what time sits. This when y'all have heard yourself say things like, I wish I had more hours in the day.
And you could open up more space and time. I could tell y'all how to do that too. That's a whole nother show, but I can talk about how you open up more space and time. That's called time pushing. That's something I've been doing since 2023. I do time pushing. And every time I do it, it creates more space in my time. Like you literally can feel more space and time because you're unwinding out of the grips of time. And when you do that, you create space in the time space reality.
It's a beautiful thing.
Y'all. So
if you don't know how to do it, oh my God, y'all need to get into it. Because at the same time does not exist, y'all. Okay? So whatever
linear
you see it's linear.
Linear time don't exist. It's very dimensional. It's very layered. It's time within times, just like it's timeline within timelines. And then what I wanted to add to you when you were talking about the chakras, the timelines and the chakras, that goes in. Like when you were saying it, I heard Spirit say, yep, those are the timelines within the minds. So those who can understand it like that, those chakra timelines are the timelines in your mind because the chakras are the doorways to your consciousness. The chakras are your mind. When y'all looking at those chakras that y'all see behind her right there, these are just representation for you to understand where they connect to in the different parts of your body system. But don't get it twisted. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are all in here. They are time that it's all doorways into your consciousness. They are the timelines in your mind.
Yes. And this is why we are working to stay in your light next year. In the mind. If you change the mind, you change the thing. See what I'm saying? You transform.
Ashe.
Everything goes together. I'm gonna keep connecting them, y'all, because we gotta understand it from both
it all
sides.
Goes together.
Yeah.
It all goes to. None of this is separate. So, and I like to say that because understanding what's happening in your life, world, and affairs, which is the body, is all connected and relative to what happens to the mind. Everything happens in the mind first, and then it is pressed out in the body, in your life, world, and affairs. So when you understand that, overstand and understand, you make the connections. When something's wrong with your body, something's wrong with your mind. When something's wrong with your life, world, and affairs, it's connected to something out of alignment in your mind. So it's good to know this connection that the nervous system is the translation between the two. Your nervous system is that translator, the communication between the body and the mind in a physical way. Another type of nervous system are your nadis, which are your I would call your energetic nodes that kind of consider that the nervous system of the etheric, the nervous system of your energy systems, if you can kind of see it that way. But it is that conversation between the mind body complex. So it all goes together. It's the if you kind of look at the chakras, look at them like a bridge. They are bridging you into your mind body complex. They are allowing you to know the body to see the mind, or to see the body to know the mind.
Yes.
Either way,
Out into the ethereal field
all
where
up.
there's no limits, nothing.
Ashe. And somebody said here the timeline that I am on is in alignment with my purpose, even though I am not aligned with my destined coordinates. Ashe. And it's good, at least you honest about it. One thing I love is when people are honest where you at. We can't be coming up here acting like I'm here, I'm there, I'm at the 1 foot. No, some of us gotta realize I'm not quite there yet, but I can see it. I can see where I'm at. I can see that I'm working on my timeline. I'm timeline shifting, but sometimes I miss my destined coordinates. Sometimes I don't always catch my destined coordinates, and you know why? Because of other stuff that be going on, like what we just talked about. For those of you who were caught up in the Nolan Wells thing while we was getting some serious gateway codes, no pun intended, we were missing the universe pointing to us to align us and prepare us with our destined coordinates, so that when the ascension time hits, you are in alignment. Listen, ascension time is not just about when we hit ascension time. The bulk of the work for ascension time is what I call pre-portaling work. Before we get to that portal, there is work that is happening, that is being done. It is the pre-portaling work that prepares you. And when I say prepare, I like to say it this way: PAIR. Prepare, PAIR. What are you paired with from before? What has been your preparations? Have you been prepared with the divine in the consciousness of your mind? Have you been prepared with your soul work? Have you been prepared with going through the chakras, the energy centers? Have you been preparing? It is that preparation in your soul's consciousness that aligns you with the destined coordinates of your pure potentiality, and self-actualizing your potentiality through these activations in time. I can't say it no other way. It is what it is. Ashe. And somebody here was asking something about church. Question: what is your thoughts about church members paying $200 in tithes? Y'all looking at the little stuff. I don't even pay attention to that. That ain't even my problem, because I don't do church. That's a problem for people who do church. You should give money to where you get your soul food. What my problem is, if I was to have a problem, is people out here going and putting their money in church, but when we show up with this type of information that really unfolds your soul, you find it a problem to give to that. Well, you'll find that $200 to drop in the church collection plate, but
let us bring somebody some money. Oh, look at this man like that.
Ashe, time is frequency. You're right, Ashe, it is. Time is frequency, and time currency. Your true currency is energy. Your true currency is energy. Energy is your currency, okay? What they say, E equals MC square. Energy equals money. That's your money. The money continuum. That's what the C stand for me. E equals MC squared. Energy equals money continuum squared. Squared. I did a quantum leap meditation and all hell broke loose. That's because your soul was somewhere too. The meditation was just what catalyzed it, right? It was the catalyst. I like to say that because a lot of people think they do a meditation and the meditation did it for them. Not to say meditation can't do things, but just doing a meditation alone does not bring you to that self-actualization. But if you were doing the work, if something happened for you and all hell broke loose, that means something was going on in your consciousness already. You were already doing some type of work and you are on the brink of it. And then you went and did that meditation, and the meditation was the catalyst that said, snap. And then everything broke loose. But it was you and the meditation, not the meditation alone. Let me just set that straight.
I bet you feel better today, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Ashe. Very educational. You're welcome. Got in, got into a car accident and went to jail in the same day. Missed my flight to Belize the day after. That is universe taught. Let me tell y'all about these accidents. Whenever somebody tell me they was in a car accident, I'm gonna have to go a little metaphysics on y'all right now. The car represents your mode of transportation. Your mode is your body. The car is your body. Your body is your vehicle that is transporting the soul, your driver. Let's just look at let's make the comparison there. The car, whenever someone tells me they have a car accident, I know something was going on in their life, world, and affairs, and the universe said, hey, stop right now. Wake up and stop right now. We don't get accidents for nothing. The car accident is to halt you to a stop. However big or small it is, when you get a car accident, it is universe grabbing your attention for your body, letting you know your body is in an accident. Oops, I did it again. Your body is in an accident, right? Then you went to jail in the same day. Like, that is universe constraining. Universe is confining you because of you, though. Because there's something that you have aligned with and you are way far off your assignment. It's like you're supposed to be going this way and you're going 180 degrees in the opposite direction. And universe is like, I said, snatch your ass. I said, go this way. And this is your alignment with universe. This is, you have a contract to fulfill. You came here to do something and you too busy getting lost in the sauce of the world, and the universe is snatching you back as per your sign, your contract that you came here to do. So the universe ain't, yeah, you made it. It's the universe ain't forcing you to do nothing that you didn't already co-sign to or sign up for or align to. But you lost yourself. You're so far in the forgotten and in lost in the sauce that you are not remembering your purpose, and universe is helping you. Your guides, your ancestors are helping you to recourse and find the right course you're supposed to be on. So faithfully, you caught that and you stopped going in that direction you was trying to go in. I'm saying.
Because y'all have to understand, the universe speaks to us in physical ways, y'all. As above, so below. If your life is raggedy down here, that means you ain't got no spiritual life. You spiritually dead.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't got nothing going on. As above, so below. That just means you cold. You ain't lukewarm. You ain't nothing. You just down
cold
here in the world.
In the world.
Period.
Right.
Okay? Anytime you get in a place where your life is out of direction, when you are in cycles, when you are just continuously, take it for somebody. I ain't never had a car accident because I wouldn't let it go that far. But I done been through a lot of cycles that help me see now how the universe speaks to us.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we'll miss it simply because our eyes are closed.
Ashe.
It's for those of us who have what eyes to see and what ears to hear. Your ear is a womb all by itself. Mm-hmm. So if your womb ain't open, then how is your eyes seeing anything?
Ashe. You got to be open and you got to hear things. And I'm glad you said that. Thank you. Because this had came up too in one of our meetings, and I feel like it's very important to know. A lot of times, as I said earlier, ignorance is no excuse. So if you don't know, that doesn't let you get by. And so I was saying something about listening to the divine, and then the question was, well, if I don't know, how can I listen? And then here's the thing. Universe as I said, is not going, oh, they don't know. So no, it is your job to know. That's why it says know thyself. And I'm gonna put it to you this way. If you don't know, how can you listen? So the point is still made that you're not listening. The point is you're not listening. The universe does not ask you why you're not listening, right? But the point is you're not listening. Right? Cancel. Why did that come up? No, you will not disconnect. It just popped up talking about disconnect with dedicated. No.
And they thinking this some substances, child.
Oh, no. Palo Santo. Calm down, energies. Calm down.
Right.
Bring it down a notch. But either way, you're not listening. I want us to really get that. If you don't know, this is why you have to make it your business to know. Because universe does not look at why you're not listening. The point is you're not listening. Whether you're not listening because you don't know, or whether you're just being stubborn and saying, well, I hear you, but I'm not listening. That's one type of not listening. But there's also, if you don't know, you're not listening. That means no, if you don't know, you can't hear universe, no matter how much universe. Oh, thank you for the, thank you. If universe, if you can't hear nothing, if you don't know, then you can't hear, and there's no excuse. It means point is that you're still not listening. So make it your business to know, so you can be in the position to listen, which is
like, when you're paying attention to your patterns in your life, right? And this goes back to awareness as well. Discernment. Remember, we said these are living words, y'all. These words sit and they watch at the gate, okay, to see if you are going to pay attention to the universe.
Ashe.
All right? This is your mission. Everybody here who have a soul has a mission, has a purpose. You are here. You made the contract. You told the universe that I want to come down here and I want to be part of the light crew. Okay?
You said it.
You said it. You wrote it. You signed it. You did all the things. And we got ported. We got docked through the water, through the womb,
through the primordial waters.
Yeah, we got docked. We got here by our birth certificates and social security numbers. Okay, when we landed, we knew we forgot. Then we start playing around again. So it's up to us to listen, y'all. A lot of times, and I'm gonna put my hands up. If y'all don't want to say ouch, I say ouch for y'all. A lot of times we be rebellious. You see?
Ashe, I've been there.
I'm gonna put my hand up for those y'all scared. Y'all, we be seeing the cycle, we be seeing the pattern, and we'll keep going back. Those are signs, y'all. When you keep going back to something that didn't. Listen, when they show you the person, place, a thing, when they show you who they are the very first time, I be damned, you better believe it.
Believe
okay?
it.
Believe it.
Believe
because,
it.
See, this is the way the universe speaks to us, by seeing how worthy you know that you are. And a lot of times we'll take junk from people, and why? We don't have to. It's time to really open our eyes and really open our wounds, y'all. It's really time. Cause see, it's getting to the point where we're continually going against each other. We're continually going us against them and them against us, and there's no such thing as them.
Wasting time. All that time you going back and forth, us against them, you missing the point that it's you within you. That it's a battle within you. The battlefield is here within you. Get to know you. Get to know.
For your playfield, your own playfield.
Ashe.
You are the beginning and the end, the Alpha and Omega. Ain't nobody do it like you can do it.
Ashe.
Okay? So that's why we gotta take the veils off our eyes, family, and start seeing the truth of what it really is. If at this point, we should be looking at this life that they're showing us as a game. Because at the end of the day, when you learn how to play the game and you get on the field for real and learn how to use your energy, all these things work for you.
Yeah, Ashe. Just for you. It's all good, bad, and ugly. It's all working for your good. Don't keep looking for the good unless you understand what the good is. Unless you stand on the truth principles and understand that when I get this bad, it's for my good. Stop whining, stop complaining, and get in the booth. I call it the spiritual booth.
Yeah, stop being a victim. That little thing where they used to tell us, oh, if we let it go and it come back, it's meant for you. That's a lie. Don't believe that
Let it
hype.
go and let it
The
go.
grass is always greener on the other motherfucking
That's
side.
why when them demons come back, they be taking demons back, talking about, oh, it's meant for me. It came back. No, it came to finish you.
Yes.
It
It
came
came
to
to finish.
finish you because
What's that?
you didn't get finished.
What's that scripture in the Bible when you clean the house and you open the door again, they bring 7 more back in?
Yeah, I
Or
think it
8?
was the one. I don't know about the house one. When you said, I remember of when I think Christ had expelled the demons, and
The demons.
seven of them flew into pigs or something
You
that
know
flew
what I'm
over
trying
the,
to say?
and then they came back. That's the
Came
one
back.
I remember. But I get
Listen.
you. That's what come to mind when you say it. They'll come back 7 times strong.
And then
So
y'all will be sitting over here like, oh, well, I don't think I should block them. Or you thinking about it? What you need to think about what happened the
listen.
first time you flipped.
And the more that you self actualize, like it's so funny because this new bird suit that I've been in, that's why I ain't go nowhere for 3 days, and they've been waiting. The hyenas was waiting on me today, but this new suit, this that I'm acclimating to, it won't. Let me tell y'all, when you plug into the crystalline light grid, um, and some of you are closer to it than you think. Like even if you're not exactly there, a lot of you are moving closer and closer to the crystalline light grid. But when you self actualize to the degree in which I was pulled upon right now, it hits different when people, like, this is why it came to me, because I'm gonna tell y'all some about the gifts. If those of you who are already on my page, you probably already see me talk about the intensified gifts and powers, and this is one of them. You see things more keenly. You don't gotta wait. You see when people come back, it's like zero tolerance on this level, and you see things more keenly. So when people
Clearly.
come and they around you, it's like like I could hear it, I could see it, I could hear it, I could see it in a text. Like the energy is loud. So
Energy is different.
there's no mistaking. You see how people be like, well, I wanted to see if when they could. I don't need to see nothing. The moment they do a the moment they make a sound, I already know the vibration is off. That's how keen. And you got to be, the thing is though, you got to be responsible with it. Let me give it to y'all the flip way. The reason why I acquired it is because of how I was being obedient to boundaries. I was holding the boundaries no matter what. As things were showing up, I was holding firm to the boundaries, and stop playing with your mind and going, well, maybe they didn't mean it this way. Well, maybe I should give them a chance. I don't play that maybe game. Now it's boundaries. And because I've been doing that, it has pulled me up on that particular timeline to self actualize that now it's sharpened, that I actually see it what it is without no explanation.
Right.
It's there, it's
And,
obvious.
and, and see, y'all, this is part of welcome me and CC. This is part of being
CC.
again aware. Because at the end of the day, when you can see the cycles, that's when you are better yet to walk away from them, y'all. This is when the energy really starts speaking to you, or the universe, your most high, it starts speaking to you in them cycles. Okay?
Listen.
So that's what we have to be very, very, very aware when we're going through life, and we think that it's okay to keep doubling back to certain things.
It's
And
not.
it's not. That's not the way this life is supposed to be. You need to be putting yourself first at all times. All
Ashe.
times.
All times listen to yourself and obey it. You know how they say obey your thirst? Obey your spirit. Obey when you get seen. Stop. We got to stop playing with, because we got favoritism and we want to believe something and we don't want to believe it to be so. So you play with it, and that's why you still end up in those cycles. But when you at this point, it's like, it is what it is, with a capital IS.
I can say this, the fact that she just said it. See, a couple months ago, I was still playing with something, y'all. You see what I'm saying? But when I decided to break free from that thing, here we are. My
Mm-hmm.
timeline switched. I'm getting ready to move. I don't got nobody in my energy no more before I get to the new space. This is what it looks like,
It
y'all.
moves you.
It's not a place that you're going to or outside of your body. It looks like you leveling up to the point where, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm worthy of this. I can move from here to there and not have any attachments. Not
Ashe.
looking back and being how can I say it? Double mindedness is what it is.
Not being crystallized like Lot's wife.
Exactly. See, what happens is we'll keep looking back, y'all, and that's you get stuck.
You're going to be crystallized like Lot's wife. Keep looking back at Sodom and Gomorrah if you want to, and you're going to freeze. And you're going to be stuck in stagnation in that old timeline.
This is how it looks, y'all. The process of a timeline shift. Okay? The ascension is nothing more than you realizing, admiring yourself in a radical change of life. Okay? Life, consequences, all the things. Alright? Changing it, pivoting it, doing whatever you need to do. Okay?
All the good things.
Yes. We have to make sure we are doing these things with inside ourselves, family. Because now ain't the time to keep being, I know what I was going to say. We got to remember, too, when we are walking away from people, places, and things, right? When we're walking away from them, your ego will come and try to make you feel guilty, family. That's when, because I heard you when you was talking about it. When it comes in and you have that time of maybe, well, maybe I should give them another chance.
No.
Or maybe I didn't do this right. Or maybe I could have did this a little softer. Or maybe I could have did this. Or maybe no. That's when y'all need to talk up to your ego and drag it to the light. Okay? You can't get rid of it.
Nope. It's part of you. Yeah, you can't get rid of the ego. I know some people like to ask, how do I get rid of my ego? You're not supposed to. You are supposed to humbleize your ego. You are supposed to remove the misappropriated ego. If you want to get rid of something, you don't throw the whole ego out. You get rid of the misappropriated ego, which we call the set in your soul. For those of you who are comedically inclined, you know what I'm talking about. The set in your soul that be set tripping, that's set, your misappropriated ego. And Asar is your wise ego. Okay, your ego is a twofold. So you need to get rid of the set, that set tripping. That's it.
You set out of there.
Set out of there. You gotta, and that's why you gotta get into your Heru. And that's what this brings me back to what the Halls of Amenti was about. It was about, whoever was in that live, to reiterate that, it was about you walking through the halls so that you can strengthen your Heru, the hero in you, to defeat the set in you that is set tripping. But first it needed to go through the halls of Amenti to do what? To break those distortions, because you can't defeat you when you holding on to some distortions that you believe to be real and true. So you need to,
nothing more but the Mayan illusions that we were talking about that we need to come out of. When they said we were born into iniquity, yes, she was born into iniquity.
Yeah, and that sin, being that you say that, the sin that you're born in is the sea of forgetfulness, because the number one cause of sin, which means missing the mark, the number one cause of sin is missing the mark of self, is forgetfulness. The number one cause of sin. I want to slow down while you all hear this part. The number one cause of sin is forgetfulness. So when you are in the sea of forgetfulness, when you are born through forgetfulness, because when we are born, we come through the veils of amnesia. We come through the veils of forgetfulness. That's why they say you're born in sin. Not because you're born a bad person, but because we are born through the veils of amnesia and we are born through the veils of forgetfulness. We are born through that sin, quote unquote, so that you can remember. You can do the opposite of forgetting. You can remember.
Yes.
All right. So the forgetfulness is an opportunity to remember. That's what we need to understand. It's not such a bad thing like you doom and gloom, but forgetfulness is the opportunity to remember. You came here to be a part of the remembering.
Right.
So, you know, that's that part of it.
That's why y'all hear everybody who woke in their purpose talking about helping y'all remember. Helping y'all remember, being a bridge to y'all remembering, so y'all can understand that the things that they have taught us, y'all, is not no truth.
Yes. Okay? You got to remember.
Like, think about it. Have any of my people seen Stranger Things, when you're in the upside down world, basically?
I seen it.
That's exactly what it looks like.
You in the upside, and you in Stranger.
Upside down world. You be in the upside down world where you are not remembering who you are.
Ashe. You
Okay.
got to remember. Do you remember when we fell in love? Yeah. He ain't talking about a love life. Y'all gotta go back and listen to Michael Jackson's song again. Do you remember the time? That is a call. I don't know how you like that's a deep song. I don't know if Michael knew how deep this was. It is a call. That is a divine call through song that is calling our souls to remember the true timeline, to remember the true time
Your
reality.
truth.
Do you
Yours.
remember the time that we were in love, that we were in what? The love frequency.
Love frequency, baby. That
Do
heart shock.
I
Come on
just
through.
got goosebumps. What? Come on, that's the truth
Come on
bumps.
through. I did too, girl. That good old heart shock, because y'all do know when you
Woo!
make it to your heart shock, or you have left your human self, you are now divine, my
Come
loves.
on. How
So when you
many
make it up there, just listen.
listen, how many I know somebody felt that. I know when cuz
I
I
do, girl. I
when I
do.
felt that, I knew that was
Look,
confirmation. Yep, for mine's
look.
still up too. That was
Yeah.
confirmation. My last one just it was confirmation for a lot of you cuz I say that all the time. It's not new to me. That didn't just come out just now. I'm aware of that. So when it hit like that, it's like, "Ooh, somebody got it. Somebody got it."
Somebody got it. I know I did, because I'm
Somebody was like, "Oh,
vibrating.
remember the time." We ain't never look at that
Look.
song like that. Do you remember the
Right.
time that you were in the love frequency, in the true timeline? We are
Listen.
being restored to our true timeline. Ashe?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, y'all.
to answer someone,
Listen, we don't want these man in the mirror out. Listen, that was a
listen,
whole
that's another one too. That's the other one that's calling y'all to do y'all soul work. That's hey, that's what we listen to when we walking through the halls of a mentee,
That was,
because the halls of a
look,
mentee is a
that's
hallway
why I
of
brought it
mirrors.
up. Look, that's why I brought it up, sister.
It's man in the mirror. We walking through the halls of the mentee talking about I'm
Oh,
talking to the man in the mirror. Break a mirror. I'm
okay.
talking
I'm
to the
asking him to make a
changes.
change, baby.
Break a
When I
mirror.
tell you
Break a
that song
mirror.
do something for my soul every time I listen to it, baby,
Mm-hmm.
I get to crying like, yes, yes.
And no message could have been any
Listen,
clearer. If you want to take the world a
you
better
want to
place,
make
you
the
better
world
look at
a better
yourself and
place,
make a change.
make a
Woo!
change. Oh,
Na na
yes,
na na
God,
na
yes,
na.
God. You might have to play that before we leave
Look,
tonight.
I'm
Man
getting
in the mirror.
goosebumps just from.
Like,
Thank you,
me
Michael.
too,
That's right.
girl.
Somebody said,
Me
Mike. Yeah,
too. You see it up there, girl.
listen.
When I tell y'all, again, thank you for that. Listen,
Thank
on
you.
everything, y'all. Because
Come
this
with
is
it.
the time that we in it. That mirror, y'all, it ain't going to look cute when you look
It
in
ain't
it. It's going to be
pretty. You
hot.
got.
It's going to be
You
toe
got.
up from the floor up.
You gotta be willing to look at yourself and go, you sure is ugly. If
Say,
you
give me 5 minute camera, nigga.
bam, high five.
Okay? Gotta give it
You
now.
that's what I
Okay?
do. I look in that mirror and be like, you sure is ugly. Where the ugly at? Let me go get it. Let me walk with it till it becomes
Okay?
beautiful. You better get ugly.
Y'all,
Stop trying to be
that
pretty
mirror.
up here. Stop trying to be pretty in your ascension. When you going through your
Come on.
ascension, be ugly. Get ready to look at your ugly. Find your ugly. That's what you
I'm talking
there to
about
do.
seek for your ugly. When
Seek
they say seek first the kingdom, seek your ugly.
in the
Seek
kingdom.
it in the kingdom.
In the
Okay,
kingdom.
that's
Cause
what
you
I'm trying to
ugly.
tell them.
You you sure
Ugly.
is ugly. Come on now, let's walk with that ugly. Come on. You don't gotta beat up on yourself either. You just gotta admit
Nah,
that you sure is ugly. That's
ugly.
it.
That's
And
it.
and
Just
then break
admit
it.
it. Once you admit it, you know you can't heal what you hide. You know what I mean?
Listen, Ashe, yes, it is all about balance. And there was somebody that mentioned something about the nervous system. I know it was way up there. Y'all forgive me. I saw it, but we was on such a roll. Um, I have been working on regulating my nervous system for about 2 months. This is for you. Like you are one of the ones that we're speaking to and of. This is what is happening. This is a real thing for a lot of you who are moving through timelines. It is going to be, it's about regulating and your nervous system because you are
Yes.
calibrating. Your nervous system has to calibrate to the light code integration that is happening. Now, there are ways that can assist in that. And these are things I talk about in the workshop, to help you. And which is why I'm offering this 3-day window for those who need this extended part of the portal. This is what I was saying to you all, and it's 3 days, and it's compressing everything we've done in 21 days into 3 days. So it's very intense. It means one day is what we did in 7 days. So you got to really mean it if this is for you, right? The things you can do that I could tell everybody right now, just basic type of thing, is to drink a lot of water, and to help, just to help regulate the nervous system. For one, look at what you're eating. If you're already not being called into a fast, do a fast and a detox, because here's why. When there's a light code integration happening, your body is processing light code information. It takes a lot to process, y'all. This is not your mechanism, your mind body complex mechanism is processing this light code information. So your body needs to take a break. When your body is so busy breaking down all these foods, these processed foods, these meats, these sweets, these carbs, when your body is busy breaking all of that down, it makes it a little harder for it to process the light codes. So if you want a smoother transition of light codes in regulating your nervous system with your mind body complex, then go on a fast or detox. I highly suggest that every time you hear about an ascension time or light code streaming through, go on a fast or detox effectively, immediately, without a question, so that it helps you to acclimate. It helps you to calibrate the light codes that are going to be streaming through, because they are streaming through all of us. This is why some people get ascension symptoms, headaches, body attacks, all of this, because your body cannot handle the light codes that are coming through. You have to move certain things out of the way. So a detox will help you. Detox or fast, lots of rest, drink water, and grounding in the earth. Those are some things that can help you, help your nervous system to regulate, if that makes sense. Faithfully, if you're still here, you got the answer, right? Any questions on your end? Let me check I know I was so backed up.
The most questions we get over here is how can they attend and what's your YouTube? But we was gonna get to that when we got done talking. So
okay,
that's why I hadn't said anything yet.
Okay, we'll get into that. Yeah. So someone asked another good question here. When we ascend, do we die or go to another realm? That is such a wide range question. Like there's so many avenues of where people go. Like I could never say where one soul go, and none of us knows the answer, because we all got different paths and avenues. Some may go to another world, you know how they say in my father's house there are many mansions, because there are other mansion worlds. So when you pass on, you may go to another mansion world. You may return here. Maybe that mansion world is to go through that mansion world to come back and return here. It all depends on what your over self, higher self has chosen once you transition. So you can say that you go to another realm, because it won't be this realm. But for me to tell somebody exactly where they'll be going, only you would know that in your astro travels, in your soul work, depending on what your soul journey is, that determines where you are going to be go. There's no one set place of where a soul is going to go, if that makes sense. What else? Somebody said, after the accident, I asked why I'm still here, because you got things to do. That's right. You're here because you got something to do. The accident was to grab your attention, right? Somebody thanking both of us. The same one that was talking about the accident. I think his name is I see CEO. I appreciate you both for channeling that message, for us answering him. So he's appreciative of that. Love and light back to you. Right? Making excuses is another way of not listening. That is true. And thank you for reminding me of that, because when we were talking about listening, sis, I wanted to kind of double back on that and remind us, since we were talking about the throat chakra, that the listening has to do with the throat chakra. It's not just about speaking. The throat chakra is also about receiving. So I want us to understand that if you're not listening, you are also you're not using your throat chakra correctly if you're not receiving. Right? So that's
because it's it's a 50-50 speaking and being a silent so you can hear. So yes,
Mm-hmm. Ashe.
absolutely.
Ashe, Ashe. They come back again and again. Yes, they will. Every time. You will come back again and again with dim light. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you come back again and again. But you know, we need to do a topic about that too. I hope we know, and I ain't bring my pen, sis, if you got it. Some of these conversations we do need to have one about that death, like life and death type of
Ascension
thing.
after death.
Yeah,
Ascension after
ascension
death.
after death, what happens, and specifically about what someone's asking here, which is like when you have to come back, like we really kind of need to understand our past lives, how that affects when we come back, and like explaining that. But I don't want to go too deep into that, but yes, it does affect that, right?
I got it right. I wrote it down. We're gonna come back,
we
y'all.
gonna
We're
we
gonna
gonna do that.
get it together.
So is everyone clear about timelines? Because I really wanted us, are there any questions about timelines with this ascension? Because I really wanted us to understand how we're shifting through these timelines, utilizing this major ascension portal that has brought a lot of us to another timeline, right? And so I wanted to explain the differences. It's going to look different for a lot of us. It depends on, again, what we're doing in our life, world, and affairs. Oh, and I definitely want to say this. It is determined by your level of sacrifice. How much you sacrifice determines how much you pass a specific, level, where you're ascending in your timeline. It's very similar. What I got when that message was coming was like when Yeshua was given the parable about the man who gave $5,000 versus the man that gave five, and that was all he had. And so he was more revered in the eyes of the divine, the guy that gave $5, right? I don't know how many of y'all remember that story, but it was like, Jesus, what if this man gave, who's worth more is what they were asking. What if he gave $5,000 and he gave five? And he was like the man that gave five because that was his all. That's the way they asked. Like if that five was his last. I think they said shillings. It might not have said dollars in the Bible, but either way, there's 5,000, but you're a money person. You could get it at any time. The person who gave their all, even though it was $5, it was worth more. It was, and I'm saying that so we understand the potency levels. It's worth more when you sacrifice all you have. It is worth more. So for those that like in an ascension time, if I was to give an example, a real time example for someone who was maybe in my group doing the ascension time, for someone who completely gave up their work, like it's worth more. They made a bigger sacrifice than someone who could, and this is not a better than, less than, it's just showing the level of potency. Someone who could show up that is like, I'm doing it when I get off work. Okay, good. You showing up, that's good. It's not just about that though. It's like a sacrifice that you're making. The person who told their job, I'm not coming in, I'm calling out because I'm doing this. That is a more potent. So out of those two people that I gave an example for, I'm letting you know that the person who told their job that I'm not coming in made a bigger sacrifice. Therefore, their potency in the ascension is greater. So faithfully, I helped with that understanding of different levels. There's very different levels of things, but overall, it's to understand the greater your sacrifice, the more that you are giving up, because that is part of the death. That's how you're killing the old timeline, because you're telling something in your mind that this holds no value to you anymore. This doesn't validate you anymore. You're not in a fear. Like someone might say, well, if I do that, I might lose my job. I can't do that. Okay, hold that fear. That means you're not quite ready for a certain type of potency level in the ascension time. But the person who says, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to make this sacrifice because I'm supposed to be here and get my divine coordinates. You have made a sacrifice that warrants your potency of your activation. That's the difference. So it's like there's no one way cookie cutter of how you get through the ascension, because everybody's at different levels and everybody's willingness to sacrifice is different, if that makes sense.
It does. We have a question. So, can my seizures stop me from ascension?
Can your seizure stop you from ascension? No, a seizure wouldn't stop you. But what I would say is there's something that you're doing that is causing your seizures. There's something, seizures have to do with your third eye. There's something going on in your third eye that is severely out of alignment while you are suffering seizures. So there's something that you're doing, and I was about to say, and I know Dedicated got something on that, but there's something that I'm gonna let her finish explaining that to you. But it's something, it can't stop your ascension, but it can delay and slow it down if you don't do what. It's not really so much about your seizures, but it's what your seizures are representing to you. Your seizures represent something you're not doing in your consciousness, in your third eye, and that's what's going to delay your ascension. But go ahead, sis.
Yeah, and I was gonna speak. I can speak on that. I just asked the question in general because sis co-hosting with me. But at the end of the day, this is the thing. I have a daughter who has suffered. She suffers these. Okay, and in my experience, my daughter has no type of records. Nothing's wrong with her brain. Nothing is going on up there. Okay, but she keeps having these tiny seizures. So what is happening is, and I'm pretty sure you probably either got something going on in your life right now that you are not paying attention to, that is trying to get I'm talking about screaming for your attention. Okay? So usually that is what it is. When something is in your life that you are not seeing correctly and you keep dealing with it, you keep choosing that thing over yourself, you keep choosing that thing over your wealth, you keep choosing that thing over your health. Understand this. When we deal with life circumstances, with people, places, and things, and more than likely it's always with people. Okay? Because we'll quit the job. You know what I'm saying? We'll quit the job, but it be that person or those people, okay, who are around us that we're not allowing ourselves to let go. So what'll happen is your third eye will start signaling to you, hey, I know you see this. I know you see the damage that this is causing. I know you see the distractions that you're bringing into your life. I know you see it. I know you see it. And it'll start screaming at you so loud to the point if you're not getting it and you're not willing to stop, now it's going to start stressing your body. Okay? Stressing your third eye. Your third eye is screaming at you, sir.
Yep.
So please stop whatever it is that you're doing. And in another situation, I don't know what your practices are. You know what I'm saying? As far as being upright, if you're spiritual, what you are. But a lot of times when it comes to people having seizures, what I've paid attention to is those type of people don't have no type of grabbing hold of their own life and taking control of it. They don't have no authenticity, and it's not saying that you don't. But I'm just saying what I see with people who do suffer seizures. What they do is they don't have no type of direction in life. They just get up and go. They're not grabbing life by the balls and being the co-creator of their own reality. They're allowing their reality to take control of them. Okay? So what's happening is below. Above is screaming at you while you down here in the below having all your fun. Okay? So that's what's happening.
Ashe, thank you. So faithfully that has answered that question about the seizures. We both did. Why do I keep seeing 1, 2, 3, 4? That's like I call that ready, set, go. And I also say that's the ancestors. A lot, yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, set, go. Let's go. Something is telling you order. Let's go. And divine order. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's divine order, baby.
2.
If you're seeing it, that means you need to straighten up something.
2.
Get in order. Get in alignment.
Ashe, and 2, a divine order, 2, a foundational balance, too, because 4 is foundational balance. So it's a divine order to the foundational balance. Is saying, let's go. Get it together. Let's go. Sometimes it's confirmation. If you notice, I don't know if that happens with you all, but with me, if you notice 1, 2, 3, 4 will come right when you said something that you know you're supposed to do. And it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. It's like the ancestors. I call it the ancestors call. The ancestors saying, go do that. Let's go. Divine order. Ashe. And
calling all. Let's do divine order.
1, 2, 3, 4 to the ascension time. Let's go. Remember, somebody said here, remember to admire your ugliness too. We forgot that. Yeah, that's why I said walk with it till it becomes beautiful. Walk with it until it becomes beautiful. Admire your ugly. Don't be mad at your ugly. You could get mad, but don't stay there. You be like, ooh, that's ugly. I'm mad, but ooh.
You talk about yourself real bad, real quick, and come out of there real
Yeah.
bad, real quick. Okay.
Don't stay there.
On yourself. Yeah,
don't stay there.
See, y'all, it's a balance of loving yourself ugly and bad. It's the balance of it. Your ugly only supposed to pop out when it don't supposed to pop out. Period. So I can't say that because I'm finna talk out my ego. But you don't let it pop out. Period, y'all. And this is where we go to the 0 point of ascension. That means I'm not allowing nothing to move me straight off my root, my stability, my root chakra is grounded. I don't care what Tom, Joe, Dick, and Susan them guys say. I don't damn. I'm just over here cooling.
It's not snatching you. Like I said, I told you the hyenas came out for me today. And you can have a healthy conversation with the energies because I see it and I be like, I see y'all bitch ass. Like, I got real with it. You could cuss. You could get with it. You could be like, hey, you not the day you kick rocks or something.
Like, I never heard you curse.
Oh.
That was the first time for me. I like it.
That's what somebody said on my live.
Go ahead, girl. I like it.
I told you I was raw the day of the new moon. I was so raw in my new suit. It was just everything. And she was like, ooh, I ain't never heard you curse before. I like it.
Listen, this is the thing. Like I had told my people a couple months, it might have been a couple months back. But I just woke up one day, I was just cursing, y'all. And not one curse word would come out my mouth. So that's why I said it must have been an ancestor who was held back from expressing themselves. Because we got to understand, we'll see a curse and be like, oh my God, I can't listen to all of that because listen to those curse words. But they're not cursing at you. They're just using the curse word as an expression, as an extension of their soul. Just
that's like it. That's it. We ain't talking to you. Don't take it personal unless you the demon in the suit. Now, if you the demon in the suit, you gonna take it personal because I hit your demon.
That part.
Get your, that's another conversation we need to have. Them hit demons we be hitting. Hit them demons with a rock. I just hit some today. They try to hit me. They try to attack me, but I was like, man, go. I don't even see y'all. I told y'all I just had a death to rebirth. Y'all don't get me though. It's okay. Y'all gonna get the memo. I'm gonna send y'all the obituary. What you doing is you attacking a dead person. Y'all talking to my ghost. I'm not here for y'all no more. I'm on a whole different timeline. So hit me with your best shot, cause I'm a ghost to you. This the type of death to rebirth I'm talking about, y'all. In this ascension, I had a serious death to rebirth. Like, she's gone. You see me here. I might look the same to some people, but I tell them, y'all talking to a ghost. She ain't here no more. You got necromancy. We could talk about that too. Necromancy. That's the people that like to play with the dead. They romancing with your dead timeline. With your old dead timeline. They want to play with your dead timeline. Listen to me. Let me tell y'all. Somebody said I'm ready. If you ready, then listen out for what we got coming up, because what I got available is only available for 1 or 2 people, and it's gonna take intensity. But before I do that, somebody was saying something about the timeline. Is the timeline determined by you and your spirit? What happens when your spirit is telling you it's better to be in your purpose than to jeopardize purpose for ascension? Ooh. Let me air quote that, your purpose, right? It's what you call your purpose. Is it your purpose that is attached to your personal will, or is it your purpose that is attached to the divine will? And the divine will is the one that is connected to ascension. We just went through this in our last 7-day workshop. Trying to get people to listen to coming from the crown chakra is the divine will, the divine idea. Crown going down. That's what we just did. So now you asking. Yep. Crown going down. That means you're listening to the divine will. Mm-hmm.
Man.
That, thank you. So they're asking a very important question because the timeline, yes, it's determined by you and your spirit. Because, like we talked about, your spirit already made a decision. You're being called into your truest timeline, right? And I'm gonna share that download with y'all. That download I got that day, I got it on my lap. I'm gonna share that with y'all because part of that was in there so we can understand what's happening within these timelines. And there's the truest timeline, right? A lot of you have been shifting to your truer timeline because it's truer than you were, does not mean you have self actualized the truest timeline, which is what the few have been called to the crystalline. The truest timeline is that return to spirit, what I call respiriting. It is the return to spirit, returning you to your truest timeline. Do you remember the time of your truest timeline? So it is determined by you and your spirit. Your spirit is calling you into your, that is your, I call it the potentiality of your truest timeline, right? And so, yes, it's between your spirit. And then what happens when your spirit is telling you it's better to be in your purpose? Now, I want to clarify that because you may say it's your spirit. So let's clarify this right now. Let's move the fog. Your spirit is connected to the divine will always. So this is where you have to really ask, is it your personal will or the divine will? Because your spirit will never tell you to come off of your divine will's purpose. Your spirit will never tell you that it's better to be in your personal will's purpose. So this is why we got to know the difference when we're listening to spirit within, because some people listening to they self, a lot of people listen to they self and call it spirit. I don't play with spirit like that. Spirit is not of myself. Spirit tells me things that myself don't want to do, and I got to be obedient to it. That's sometimes how you could tell the difference. If you too comfortable with spirit, sometimes you need to understand that that ain't spirit, that's you. A lot of the times, this is how I could tell the difference. When it's spirit, a lot of the times it's kind of uncomfortable because it's not what I want to do in my personal will. But spirit is saying, hey, you know, you need to do this, because spirit whisper. It's not loud. It's the still, small, quiet voice. Spirit is going to say, you know, you need to be doing this. But you're going to say loudly, but this is my purpose. I am here on my purpose. I'm supposed to be doing this, and I'm on my purpose. But did you check that purpose with your divine will? Did you take it to the crown? That's where it's about right there. So this question is loaded. Thank you for the loaded question. It's loaded. And I hope people understand. I have faith. I don't like to hope, because hopes are for dopes hanging on the ropes, and I ain't on nobody rope. I have faith that this loaded question clarified it, not just for you, but for a lot of people that might be here thinking that that's spirit. That, don't confuse it. We will call it purpose. So that's why I'm quoting it. Please filter your purpose and chin check that into your crown, and make sure what you call purpose is not coming from your personal will, but you're listening to your divine will, because spirit will never tell you to come off of your divine will, which is your true purpose. Ashe, does that make sense? Faithfully, I answered it.
It does. It makes a lot of sense. So sis said, do we have free will even at all? Because it don't feel like it. Let me be honest, where the free will is coming from, y'all, or for, is you got free will. You want to walk in your purpose or not, okay?
I just, listen, I'm laughing because I said that when we were talking about it, and I was talking about how, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. It's so funny because I was talking about how you're the driver, your soul is the driver, your body is the vehicle, and spirit is the precious cargo in the car. How often, however often, most people treat spirit as a passenger that is not to be revered. They don't revere it because they just drive the car figuring, this is my car. This is my car. We go where I want to go, and you just the passenger. Rather than, and this is what I had to explain. I said, this is the difference between me. This is why I got to self-discipline a little differently. The car that I'm in, I say that I am in a limousine service. I am the driver of the limousine service, I don't own no car. The car belongs to the owner, which is the precious cargo, the divine essence in the car that gives me instructions and directions and tell me where to go. That's who owns the car. So I'm saying that as example so that you know. And when I remember when I finished saying it, it was like what we just said. I was like, well, damn, it sounds like I don't have no free will, because I'm explaining it to them and I'm saying that you go where the driver tell you to go. You go where the spirit tells you to go. The true owner of the vehicle is spirit. If it wasn't for spirit, you wouldn't be driving in the damn car. Your soul would not be here if your spirit, which is aligned to the ultimate source, did not say, let's go in this car. So don't get it twisted. So yes, it feels like, and I'm saying that because when I was like, damn, so I said, you get free will to choose how the direction of which way you're going to go, which course you're going to take. But when spirit says go here, you go where spirit tell you to go. You don't go where you want to go. You go where spirit tell you to go. You remember that this is not your car. I am the driver who has the free will to take the right course of direction to get to where spirit is telling me to go. That's what you got free will to do. You got free will to drive the right course, the course that's going to get you there. Because spirit don't tell you how to get there. It just says go here. And then it sits back because you the driver. So if you want to look at where, I know that may feel icky to some people because people want to do what they want to do. People want to do, this is my car. I want to go. No, this ain't your car. I want to go where I want to go. You like a fresh out of the womb 18-year-old that got free. Oh, I'm 18. I'm grown. I want to do what I want to do. Sat down. Sat your ass down. This is not your car. Okay? I'm telling you like I had to tell me. I'm not, don't take it personal, y'all. I'm real raw right now. It's your car. Sit your ass down.
I need to update my GPS, girl. Yes, girl.
Update it. And put in your GPS to remind you that this is not your damn car. This ain't your car. Remember whose car it is.
Right.
And then that will humble you. That will humble you to always go to spirit. Stop trying to take it upon yourself to do what you want to do. Turn around and say, okay, spirit, where should I go? And spirit gonna tell you where to go, but it's your free will to go how you gonna go. Which route you gonna take. You choose that.
You want the short route, you want the long way, you want to go through hell first. I mean, it's just, that's where you really get the choice at, y'all.
That's the free will.
That's where the free will really.
But it's gonna feel like prison to people who want to do their own thing. And I'm saying this, I'm no disrespect, but it's just to show you the levels that you are at. And it shows you that the relationship that you have in your threefold being, which is your car driver spirit, your car driver, spirit complex, it shows you that the dynamics that you have with your threefold being is that you don't really listen to spirit. I'm being honest with you. It means that you have the dynamics of this is my car and I go where I want to go. That means you don't truly revere spirit. You treat spirit like a passenger in your car that should shut the hell up and go where you want to go.
Right. Go where you want to go. Maybe don't work like that. That's why y'all be seeing, excuse me, I ain't trying to use nobody's situation for nothing, but that's what accidents come in.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said in the writing. Where this came from that I'm sharing with y'all, that's an excerpt out of a writing that I'm working on that it will be published. You'll see it later. But I'm writing that, and that little excerpt was specifically what you said, because I said it's those souls who do not honor spirit in that way, who think, the misinformed souls that think they can go where they want to go, when they want to go, whatever. Those are the ones that end up in collision and end up in a place, you end up in a location that deteriorates your body.
Your energy. Yeah. Or see some people, y'all see these people that have these accidents, just whatever random life accident, y'all. It ain't just gotta be a car accident.
Ashe. So
understand when something of this earth down here happens to you above is trying to get attention. Your
Mm-hmm.
higher self, okay? When she says spirit, your higher self is trying to catch your attention so you can get it together.
Ashe.
Okay? So that's why we get in a lot of trouble, y'all, because we be rebellion. We be just wanting to do what we want to do. Your life ain't meant for that. And you just stop.
You want to do what you want to do, so there has to be some ego attachment, y'all. That's why these things are happening in the timeline, so that you can have an ego death. There has to be an ego death, ego death, ego death, and that allows you to release the grips of the ego. That's what is where it's going to happen at. And when you release the grip of the ego, for a lot of you, a lot of your problems are that your ego is in the way. You are the driver that wants to go where you want to go, do what you want to do, and you're not remembering that this is not your damn car. It's as simple as that. The more you do that, the more you humbleize that ego to be obedient to spirit. You are too engaged with the ego and the misappropriated ego. And let me be clear. You are too engaged with the misappropriated ego that is holding and housing your wounds and is demon dancing with other people's wounds and demon dancing with other wounds that you have layered up. This is why the work that I do in these work, yes, demon bonding, trauma bonding with the demons, with the legions of demons in your soul. I can't make this up.
You are the legion. You are the legion. When they talk about the legion, they was talking about you and me.
Ashe.
If you ain't here, okay. So understand that, y'all. The tampering on your heads is so true. Yeah, a lot. Because we ain't seen no little red demon running around. You the problem.
No, you the demon.
Okay?
You the demon. Whatever wounds you got. Let me break this. Let me take y'all through the halls of a mentee for a moment. Let me break something for y'all. Take me through there. Take me through there. Let me break one for y'all right now. Whatever wound you got, I want y'all to think about. You don't got to think too hard. It'll pop up. I know you got some wounds there. Whatever wound that comes up in your mind, that wound is your demon that has been holding you back all this time. I want you to see that so you can look at it in the mirror. This is the activity of us who are walking through the halls of a mentee, and break that wound. Understand, even if you can't break it right now, because I know it's a process, sometimes it takes time. When I say break that, I mean just simply realize it. Just at least realize it and admit that it is the very wound, which is the very demon in your soul that is causing you all the problems in your life, world, and affairs. Admit that. That helps to break a distortion that you may be holding, that is blaming some external extremity that is really your internal delivery. It's really what's going on inside of you. Stop blaming that outside thing. Stop blaming that outside person, and look and see that you're holding a distortion, and your wound will let you know that. Ashe.
Yeah. And that's why we attract some of the same type of people, y'all, because you're attracting who you are. You understand? That's why it's so relevant to deal with your inside.
Mm-hmm. Ashe. Yes, you got to go within. I'm going in. Go in. Y'all got all these songs guiding y'all, but y'all listening to it for the wrong reasons.
Listen, they want to dance and shit. I be listening like, where we going in?
I'm going in. Take me through there. Take me through there. You know, then you find a demon and you be like, Nuck, if you buck. What? Nuck, if you buck. Buck with them demons. Right? Y'all got
I be trying to tell them. I tell them they gotta act like they demons a whole punching bag. When they step up to the plate, you gotta step up to them and be like, stop, 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 stop. Okay, yeah, sometimes you gotta smack them one time.
Listen, that's why you gotta cuss. Some of y'all that be like, you better cuss them demons out. Tell them demons to go sit your bitch ass down.
Every time a thought come through, y'all, like I tell y'all a lot of times, the thoughts that we have don't even belong to you. The thought of lack. A lot of you got jobs, your house good, your car paid for, you got gas, you got food, you're chilling straight, your house good, you clean, all the things, but you will still somewhere have a lack mindset. That right there should stop you in your tracks. Like, well, hold on. Why am I even thinking of these things when my refrigerator full, my gas good, my car straight, my family straight, my kids good? But we be thinking about the condiments of life, okay? And we gotta come from whole there. We have to come from there.
Stop. Yeah, forget about them condiments. Forget about them comforts. That's another thing I want to tell y'all. If y'all looking for comfort and convenience, go in the opposite direction, because during ascension time, ain't nothing comfortable and convenient about it. Stop trying to make it comfortable. It ain't comfortable. If it's comfortable, you're doing the wrong thing.
Doing the wrong thing, absolutely. We talk about it all the time. If you are doing something right now that's got you in your comfortability, and you've been in that comfortability for a long time, that's a cycle, fam. This life that we lead as being stepping up into our higher self, it doesn't ask for comfortability. That right there will let you know if you are ascending or not. Let me just say that. If your life is just comfortable right now, you ain't got no shake-ups, no throw-offs, no nothing. Oh, baby, you just comfortable.
You comfortable.
In the universe, your devil, hold on, let me say it like this. Your devil got you right where it wants you.
Comfortable. Comfortable, cradling the demon. Cradling those wounds. Holding it, just hugging them wounds. Ooh, I love you, wound. Don't leave me, wound. Please don't leave me. Y'all coddling them wounds. Somebody said, who y'all believe in? Let me let you know. I don't believe, I know. I don't, but we left the age of the believing. That was the, we don't believe, we know. Belief is the age of the knowing. You looking for something tangible to connect to for you. I would suggest that you find something to pull you through. That's why you here. You found something that's pulling you through. Don't try to see this. You trying to bring something to connect to some old stuff. Break. You got some stuff in you that you got to break. Break yourself, fool. Break yourself. Break. That's been my thing. I've been saying that. That's what you got to do when you walking through the halls of a mentee. Break yourself, fool. Break your. Not. Look, I was like, look, they've been saying this, huh?
That be one of them things when they come in, they want to try to put. It doesn't matter what we believe or know, y'all. See, that's the problem. Let me, and I'm not picking on whoever this is.
Me either.
But let me share with y'all real quick. When we come into a room and we ask a person, well, what do they believe in? What does it matter? If we're speaking on something that's about growth, that's about love, about conquering yourself, knowing thyself, loving thyself. What does it matter? What do we believe? And see, that's a separation tactic, activation, if you do know.
Yeah, you separating yourself.
That's where we have to come from that. Because it shouldn't matter what we know or we believe. We're sharing with you what love is, what frequency is, where we are in life right now in a dimension that's carrying us into a timeline, essentially. So it shouldn't matter what we believe in. You should be saying, hey, how the fuck can I jump on that timeline shift y'all talking about? Listen, baby, y'all sound like y'all know what y'all say. Y'all sound like y'all might even know a little something. Y'all might be connecting some dots for me.
Ashe.
The first thing I would say is, what do you believe? That's one of them Christianity type questions.
Exactly.
Okay? Let me just say that.
I already know it. That's someone who, if they're not still in Christianity, you're probably fresh out of it. So that's still a programming that you have. You're looking for something. It's like, wait, well, what do you believe in? You're too attached.
Attached to it. And yes, we're already attached, baby. We're already attached. We don't got to find something within one another to see what our beliefs is, to know we're not separate from one another. And these are just some of the things of the programming, y'all, that our people are under right now.
Ashe.
It's a big one. It's a huge one. And this is where we go back to seeing through the third eye. This is where we have to stop, y'all, because y'all will say things like, well, don't let that person, and we're not fussing, we're not debating.
No, not at all.
Just
clarification.
To awareness. We're bringing it to awareness because it's questions like those that should make yourself think, hold on for a second. Why do I need to attach myself to them like this?
Yeah.
Why emotionally, even though I feel something from this conversation, why do I need something to connect to? And see, we do that a whole lot. We have to have something to connect whatever we are feeling, when in actuality, you don't need that.
Ashay.
We already connect.
Ashay, somebody said programming versus chemistry. And I believe in you. I appreciate it. And I would like that your believing is good, but we really are in the age of knowing. And I'm not saying be a know-it-all, but when you know that you know that you know, that's a certain type of connection with the divine. You want to be in the knowing so much that you know the divine so much that when you see the divine in me, you see you. And it resonates because you see the knowing that is in you. My book of life is a reflection of the book of life inside of you. And because you know you have that knowing in you, because you know thyself in you, then when you see this reflection, you're like, oh, I know you. I know you because I know me. Ashay? Let me talk about it. Somebody said I have a virus. I have a virus that keeps telling me that ascension is where it's at. Okay. And that my body is my property to do with it what I will. That's the wrong move, but okay. It makes me feel jealous when I see an authentic being ascending and I'm not. And I understand that and I get that. And that's part of the reason why Spirit kind of told me not to speak so deeply on the crystalline grid keepers. That conversation has to kind of wait because it's very fresh, especially as it pertains to me self-actualizing it. I'm like a newborn in it. I'm not, there's others that are before me, and from what it's been showing me, it's so few. I don't even know where those others are. Like, it's so few, but it showed me that there are others before me, but it's very few, and that it has never happened in this way. But let me digress because I still want to honor the way Spirit was telling me to temper in speaking on that. And it's very sensitive because it can cause others to feel away, because everybody want to feel like they're there, right? Everybody wants to be like, I'm 144, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. And everybody is on different levels. And as I said, people are self-actualizing to it a little bit more. I don't want to say so. They're tapping in. People are awakening and tapping in at different varying levels and degrees into their crystalline body, right? And so, yes, just what you said, it could feel away and it brings up something. Sometimes it stirs up something in the best of us, right? That sees another that is fully in their authenticity, like what you're witnessing, what you're seeing now with myself, that's fully in their authenticity, that it's like, ooh, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. And at least you're honest about it. You know how many people will feel that and not say anything. So at least you're honest about that. This assumption thing, it feels away because it's like you want to say my body is my body, right? I do what I want to do with it. The reason why it's feeling like that, because that's like a rebellious part of your spirit that's reacting to that feeling of witnessing someone else in their authenticity that you have not yet self-actualized. And this is what I have to say to that, to help those who may sense that or feel that, whether you want to admit it or not. This is what I would do with that. This is why I say it's the difference between me and other people. If I see someone who is in so much in their authenticity and they're at, a tier or 2 or 3 above me, I'm going to not feel threatened by it. It is ones who feel threatened by it, for one, it's to know that there's some ego, something going on. The ego is being hit, right? Your misappropriated ego is what's being hit, right? I have to say it that way. So with me, I would feel like I wouldn't feel threatened. It would be more like, ooh, let me get closer to them, like, and not to steal from them, but in honor, because I need to learn that. If you're in a tier that is more authentic or whatever, I need to learn that. How do I get that tier? Not how do I take that tier from you? Not how do I siphon you? But how can I be a disciple along with you so that I can learn it? And I would be so honored that I met someone like this so that I can continue to tier up. So
Absolutely.
that's the difference that I invite you all in. And it's about changing your scope and changing your perspective. If you feel hit in that way, first off, yes, honor it, admit it. That's good. But then know then that means that you have an ego attachment to something, and your misappropriated ego is hit by this. So now you have to do some internal work to recourse that, to remove that, to humbleize the ego, whatever you got to do, so you can put yourself in a true time perspective, right? And this is what I call true time reality. See, I didn't even get to tell y'all that there are these three different time zones: ideal time reality, real time reality, true time reality. What I just explained to you, thank you, Spirit, is an example of the modality of true time reality. These, what I call time zones within timelines, are modalities of reality, if that makes sense. So when I do what I just shared with you right now, that is the modality of a true time reality. Someone who has, like what you were saying about the having that feeling about the other person, that is someone who's either moving in an ideal time reality. If it's real low vibrational and real malevolent, it would be ideal time reality. In your case, I would say you're operating in a real time reality, not quite true time reality, but a real time reality, because you're also being real with realizing and recognizing it in you. You just haven't dealt with the issue yet. But when you deal with the issue, you begin to move in a time zone of true time reality. And I'm saying this so that you all understand these are time zones within the timelines. The more you operate consistently in true time reality, that also accelerates and accentuates you into your truer timeline, especially during ascension times, right? Most people are operating in ideal time, real time, on a regular basis. It depends on the level of the soul. Some people who y'all see as can't get rights, they're always operating in a time zone modality of ideal time reality. Okay? Those who are like, somewhere in between, like we realizing things, we know a little bit better, but sometimes we dipper, we teeter tot between these time zones. It's not one thing straight. That's why I'm saying the more consistent you are in one, it will lead to another. The more you are consistent in real time reality over and over and over again, you begin to peak into true time reality. And then the more you practice true time, true time, true time, true time reality over and over again, the more it becomes persistent, is it will evolve you to the next true timeline, right? That's just within realities, just so you to understand that. The more you do true time, and the more you find your true time, you will continue, and you're continuing to operate in true time reality consistently. That accelerates how you're moving through your true timelines as well, versus someone who teeters back and forth with real time reality, true time reality. That like, I'm saying this so that you understand, that determines the gear, the gear in which you're driving in, like into your true time reality, is how you're moving in that modality. Does that make sense? Faithfully, I didn't lose nobody.
It does. It makes plenty of sense, sis. It
Mm.
absolutely does. Thank you for explaining that to us, because it's such, y'all, when we say it's so much levels to these things, y'all, like so much levels, and you just have to know the difference. And I heard it was like when you was explaining it, I heard like the in between. It's like the in between moments of trying
Yes.
to come from out of that space of realization, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
being real to yourself. Like again, you have those moments of, is this what I really see? Is this what I believe? And then when you're coming, like she said, out of that realization, is now I'm telling myself the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like in between of it, kind of look, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The in between is like when you kind of teeter totter in between two.
Yeah, back and forth.
and
Yeah.
and that's like, and you'll see when I share this part of the download with you, that's kind of what, like, as it was showing to me, the truth. And that's when it really came alive, because I'm explaining these time zones to you, but I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't understand it till to this degree until I got this download about it, and then I had to sit back. It was like I watched a movie. I just had to sit back and be like, what? I knew about the real time, ideal time. I knew about this for the past couple years. I never really broken it down to anybody because it's really, as you can see, it's kind of convoluted. It can be complex. So it's not something I really talk about. It's just something I know. But
yeah, I mean, it was very clear to me. It wasn't complex at all. I
oh,
mean, it
okay,
would be
good.
complex for. I think it would be more complex for the ones who have shallow ears. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But for those of us who are in a higher consciousness, I felt like you explained it very well. So we're very thankful for that. Yeah, we appreciate.
Yeah, so
do we have any questions?
Yeah, if anyone have any questions, let me know. What I'll do is I'll read I'll give you a little bit of that truth, what I just told you about the true time reality, which is how this kind of came into understanding. Let me see if I bring it. Which completes the collapses. Okay, so this is for those who have like got into that self-actualization. Like I said, it's very, very few, but know the levels that I guess that you're on. You have, well, were there any questions before I go into that? Did you have any? Did somebody have any?
We have, let me see, we have any question. I think it was a comment. Miss So Secret said, I was serving two masters. I kept forsaking my spiritual birthright for religion, and my life went downhill. I imagine so, sweetheart. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of us experience being in the religious community. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's for all people that their lives go down, but if you're not meant to serve that capacity, which none of us are really meant to be over there, but we just didn't know no better. You know what I mean? So, you can't serve two masters though. You can't. I
hear Universe saying, you were saying that, and somebody just drove by playing Pac, right? So I was like, I hear Universe saying, how do you want it? Okay. How do you feel?
How do you feel?
How do you want it? That was the message as you were saying that Pac drove right by. How do you want it? How do you feel? Message
all day. Because see, at the end of the day, it's a choice. And what I heard in that, it was a choice. How do you want it? How do you? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, somebody said, hey.
Choices,
so I'm gonna share this with y'all, so you kind of just because it has something to do with understanding that ideal time reality that have been collapsed. So you have successfully, again, this is not for everybody, but still, you have successfully sacrificed the old self existence by completely surrendering to release all attachments to the carnal desires, wants, and preferences of the personal will in the false matrix old timeline, which completely collapses the ideal time reality across all timelines. And that's when it shared that, for me to break down what I just broke to y'all down, that's when it helped me to see on a different scale of what made this possible to self-actualize the way that I have acquired that is because of the complete, and when I say complete, not a little bit, not some of it, a complete collapse of the ideal time realities. That mean I have filtered out all ideal time realities that often feeds the false matrix. And that's why my ego death was that major, to the point where y'all hear me saying I'm making obituaries, and I'm so serious. And I'm serious about that because I need to send out these death announcements to people who still want to play with my dead old timeline. So when I say it's dead,
y'all hear what she's saying, right? She's sending out obituaries for her timeline. They cannot persist on her timeline. Okay?
No, it's that's it. So
Miss Dr. Spade says her perspective about religion is that it is there to trigger a remembrance within us, and I absolutely do agree with that. Because I was in religion for a long time, and I feel like that's why I say I don't ever speak down on it, because it did help me remember. It did help me get to a point where I was just like, wait, hold on, do I really need validation to do X, Y, and Z? And wait a minute. Sin is missing the mark of me. Wait, hold on. Me, what did that mean? Okay. So, yeah, I definitely get it. And it's definitely a training, Tangent. And then, so Miss Chris says, What about a timeline where we serve adult children? You talking to me and forsake ourselves. So now I'm choosing me.
That is
Listen,
you accessing your truer timeline, the moment, because that's a sacrifice. Remember what I was talking about with sacrifices? There's all type of sacrifices that we're making, right? So this is a concept for you to do that. You are killing something in your distortions that you've been holding all this time, which means you are making a sacrifice, because that's not easy to do as a mother. So you are making a sacrifice to say, I no longer, that's not my timeline no more. That's a distortion that I'm not going to hold on to. I'm not responsible for you in that way. So me walking away from this child or whatever it is, like, it's you making a sacrifice. And because of that sacrifice, you amplify the activation of you transitioning to your timeline. So if you just did that right now, I'm willing to bet and say and know that you have transitioned to your truer timeline. Now, to what degree determines on you, because you could be doing that in that area of your life. And I'm just throwing this out. I don't know what you got going on, but you could be doing that in that area of your life. But then in your love life, if you have a relationship with another, you could be completely compromising your integrity and your activation by what you are doing with that person. Or it could be a job. It could be you're doing that with this person, that's good, but you're completely compromising your integrity with holding on to this job because you have not broke the distortion about money, finances, job, abundance. There's something there you haven't broken. So there, this is why I said it's many different levels. But the fact that you did make a sacrifice tears you up onto that truer timeline. So you more likely self-actualized a truer timeline than what you were on. So
right. And Miss Chris, let me
go
say
ahead.
this, girl. That she all in my business right now. When she asked that question, I just let you answer. Let me tell you, girl. So you just met me, Miss Chris, okay? So all this year, I've been talking about fuck the kids, fuck the wife, the husband, all the things, right? Because you just made my thing about a month or two ago. You know what I mean? So I am actually in that in real time, sweetheart. Literally. I am leaving my kids behind, and that's all I've ever known was my kids. My timeline consisted of, Empress, come on in the building, Eternal, y'all. It consisted of me letting go. For 4 years, y'all, I had decided that I supposed to be moving to the place that I'm going to now almost 4 years ago, y'all. But what I kept doing, I kept saying, oh, I gotta wait for the daughter. She ain't got it together. I gotta wait. This year it hit me because I was seeing the cycles. Understand me? Every time this year, every year at the same time, my car would tell up. I kid y'all not. Last 4 years, even this year, my car towed up exactly after I said I was not going to leave here. Same action, see? Y'all. So listen, let me tell you, I woke up one morning. And I said, hold on, I teach about cycles. Wait. And I had to sit with myself, y'all. And I was like, why has this been happening to me for the last 4 years? Okay, I only been teaching about all of this stuff that we're talking about for maybe a year at the most, you know what I'm saying? But we get to this 4th year right here, right? Same thing happened. My car tear up, and I have decided I'm not leaving. Y'all, I promise you, I woke up one morning after I got the understanding as to why I've been seeing these cycles, because I wouldn't move and I wouldn't let the kids go. Guess what's happening now? The car's out my face. The kids is out my face. I'm getting ready to leave in the morning. I won't see them no more, y'all. So understand this. It's just like she said it too. You can deal with that, but then have the boyfriend or somebody who totally takes away the coding of all of that. So that's why I'm telling y'all, for my sake, I refuse, because I'm in this hall of mentees. I'm over here in it. I refuse to allow the man, the boyfriend, or any other energy that has nothing to do with me to collect itself up on me. Simply because I understand that, oh yeah, I can sacrifice leaving. Oh, we doing that first thing in the morning. Okay, first thing. I'm out of here. This is my last day. Okay? But then What if I had this man over here? Because it was like that. Remember, I just told y'all something else was pulling on me. I wouldn't let it go. But now that I've let it go, my whole timeline shifted. I don't got a man. I don't got no friends. My kids, we finna be. So this is what it looks like in real time, y'all. When you let go of the thing that's necessary for you to let go in life. Because see, your grown kids, they are here to hold you down. Okay? Because they're not gonna see how you see once that I come over.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's not for you to stay in that guilty type of time trying to figure out if they gonna get it right or not.
It's not your job.
Grown kids are grown. They've had to listen, and then anytime you try to get them advice, they don't want to hear it. So it's time to move. Why we keep hanging on to grown ass children who, hey, they don't even listen to you when the time is good, but they don't fuck with you until it's bad. Then they need your advice. But then before they would tell you, let me bump my head. You know what I'm saying? So why? I'm done. So y'all, I let the car go. I'm moving away. My apartment already ready. This year I made the steps to step out of the cycle. You understand? So that's in real time, y'all. This is happening. All right? Because Miss Chris, a lot of y'all just met me. You know, they come and they go. TikTok is like a revolving door. You know what I mean? But we've been here for the ones who know me. We done talked about the kids. They know what's going on. For me, this is a big step. And for a lot of mothers, it's hard to let go of your kids. You know what I'm saying? But you have to allow them. See, understand this. What made me feel so better in my mind is I understand that all roads lead to Rome, y'all. Either they're going to get it or they don't. And see, you then have to make up in your mind that their life is their life. You cannot continue to, woe is thou is me when it comes to them. Because you have to let them learn.
Yep. Let them go. You are the portal through which they come through. They don't belong to you.
Yeah, they don't need you. They got to a point where they toddlers, they grown now. Once they turn 18, you've done what you needed to do. And I know a lot of people say, oh, no, they 18, they still babies. They still need discipline. No, because that ain't what they signed up for. They just use me as a portal to land here. I get them to where they need to be. And then listen, now it's time for them to get the list. That's it.
That's it. And at this point, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not waiting until they turn 18. I already, me and mine's, this is a 5D household right here. My house is 5D proof. So my children already know what time it is. And I'm talking the little ones. My oldest is 16. The other ones are little. So I already let them know, listen, I don't owe y'all shit. And I told them just like this. I love y'all, but let me have a real serious conversation with y'all soul to soul. Because y'all here to do y'all soul business. This is why you got to tell your children the truth. Like Bob Marley said, teach the children the truth. Right? I let them know your soul chose, your spirit chose to come through me for a particular reason at this particular time, knowing that I'm going to be this particular person at this particular time. So I can give you what your soul came here to get. You came to a 5D mom because you are a 5D child. You came here to be one of the builders. And so you needed a mom like me to bring that through. So you chose me. So when you choose to go, when you get in your human suit of forgetfulness and you do what y'all want to do, know that I'm not going to kill up myself to make sure that you get right. I'm giving you all the tools. I'm teaching you along the way. But once you start, I'm already prepared to let you go. I let them know now. I let them know that now, not when they get 18. I let them know now. I'm getting ready to, I'm already prepared in my mind to let y'all go, because they see me cutting off all other kind of family members. I say, y'all see how I did them? Y'all next. Don't think that because you're my child that I won't do the same thing, because my soul ascension is my purpose. You got your journey, I got mine. I'm doing my part to make sure. I said my responsibility to you is make sure you get food. I take care of you. Them little things, yeah, I do that. Anything else, I don't owe none of y'all nothing. It's not my job. It's not in my head. Don't think I'm one of them parents that's going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that you get right. I'm not finna be in a, my child got to do this, my child. No, listen, because you didn't know yet. I didn't know with my hardest thing is with my oldest child. because I wasn't there yet. So she's still used to the person I was before that. And I wasn't so strict with spirit. I was always spiritual, but I wasn't this strict. I wasn't 5D. And so she's in her rebellious stage, because it's like, I'm just trying to live. She want to live so 3D. She is in rebellion to the 5D, and she just wants to live 3D. And
yeah, and
hey,
that's how my kids are. That's why I said I had to leave, because see, when my kids was young, I didn't know y'all. So now when they are grown, it's kind of hard. Even though they see me ascend, and they see me change, and they see, you know, I talk about it. They in the house with me.
It don't matter. It don't matter, because another thing is they are still attached to your family's DNA. So there's some interaction there, even though they may not be at their house or whatever. This is not about physical. I'm telling y'all, this is energetic. There is an energetic proximity that your children is still streamlining the dysfunctions of your bloodline, of the things that you have cut off. So now they're
the ones that don't want to heal with you. They're gonna continue to try to feed that same bloodline type of shit to you.
They're used to their demon bonding, what I call demon bonding, with the energetic cult that is within the bloodline. That's the other topic we got to have too. We really need to get on that. We need to talk about the energetic cults in the bloodline. These are things that will help keep y'all aware of what's energetically happening with your children. Even though you're severing ties and you're breaking things, your children are still attached, because they still have interest, or the family has interest in them. You have to cut off certain things between them and the children. I mean, when they're grown, it's harder to do. But as for me and mine, to be honest with y'all, my children don't go to nobody's house. Not even my mom can pick up my children. They cannot go to anybody's house without me. I am the covenant. Because the moment you send them over there and you think it's just a birthday party, parties is where a lot of demon dancing happens. Let me let y'all know that, while everybody keying and eating cake.
How about we just gonna say that we forgot how young we was.
We forgot, right? We forgot. So
and let me say this for even the ones that talk about, well, I just let them go to my mama's house. Did y'all forget some of us used to play spin the bottle with the cousins and kissing
cousins? All kind of stuff.
Act like it ain't in the building. Like we gotta be 100 with it.
Yep. And so I'm just, you talking about physical stuff too that can happen. And I'm so, like, they look at me like I'm crazy, because I'm talking about energetic stuff. I'm talking about the wounds that they did not heal that are going to jump across on my child. No, I think not. You got some demons. My child cannot go to your house. You don't have a strong enough covenant for my child to be at your house. So I keep mine to me, but I digress. I was just saying, so we understand, we got to start as soon as you all can. If you have little ones, don't wait till they turn 18. Have that conversation. Teach them the same things that you know. If you have older ones, be ready to sever your ties, because you can't make people do nothing they don't want to do, and you can't make them go where they don't want to go. Love them from afar and let them know I'm always here. Whenever you want to get in alignment, I'm going to always be here for you. I will share this with you, but you got to want it.
Do with BS.
They got to want it. That's a sacrifice.
There got to be some great news on the other side of the land, because I ain't trying to hear nothing else. Because when I was trying to tell everybody what was going on, they didn't want to hear it.
Yep.
So when Mama's mouth going silent, she got nothing to say.
Hey, bird. Y'all hear the bird? The bird up here answering for y'all. Like, what?
Bird up here
all right, birdie.
My head too.
The bird say, chirp, chirp. You know, so
right here too, girl.
like we gonna definitely have more conversations about that. But somebody had asked something about the ego, and I wanted to answer that. They were like, is the ego beneficial at all? Is there any positivity, or is it all like, bad? And I wanted to answer that the ego, this is why we were saying earlier, the ego is a twofold. You have the misappropriated ego and you got the wise ego. So no, it's not all bad. I would never tell people get rid of their ego. I will always say, humbleize your ego, humbleize that misappropriated ego. So it's not all bad. And the good is like
about balance, baby. It's just
balance.
Just balance it. It's more so like when it comes to your ego, you gotta think of your ego as just as another side of you that you gotta love, just like you love the light parts of you. Listen, all sides of y'all are perfect and beautiful. Okay, you don't get to choose what side that you want to get to be with, because you don't get to choose that part of you. That part of you is just who you are. Okay, you have to learn to allow your ego to be where it needs to be, and allow your light and integrate the both of them and use them when they're necessary.
Ashe. And someone said something about leaving people altogether. You might have to. It all depends. You have to recognize what your situation is. It's like, do I leave them all? You may have to. If they in cahoots and because they gonna keep playing in your face energetically, and they gonna keep being a drag and a pull. So you have to decide what it is. And if they're that caked up with each other, then you're gonna have to leave them all alone. For how long? I don't know. It may be, you know.
It's just more so about when you are leaving y'all. Okay, so when we're talking about leaving people behind, I know it sounds harsh. Okay, I know it sounds harsh, y'all. But think about that movie. What that was, it Left Behind? What was that movie called? Leaving People Behind, or Left Behind, or something like that.
I can't remember it.
The thing about it is, even in Christianity, we read about how, who was it, had to leave his home, he left his family.
Lot. Wasn't that Lot that had to leave, and he only could take?
Yeah. Like, this is the thing, y'all.
Was it?
If it has anything to do with, and we're talking about family right here, right? Because we know that family. So let me explain it to y'all. When we talk about as above and so below, right? Your below sits in your root chakra. Your root chakra is what connects you to your bloodline, right? Your physical bloodline. It helps you be safe inside your body, and it connects you with your earthly bloodline. So when we got here, y'all, because we wrote a contract and we came down here, your first stability in life, if we speaking on the root chakra, would be to disconnect from family. Because that was always the purpose in the first place. And the reason being was so you could come here, you had to get here. You had to go through some pain. Your first pains, a lot of our trauma and first pains came from our families, right? A lot of us molested, get in touch, just different things, just hurt, arguments, backstabbings, all the things. You understand what I'm saying? So when we get to the root, what is supposed to happen is that pain that's sitting in your leg, right? You push it up. You push it all the way up to the point where you get to your as above, so below. You get rid of the bloodline family, y'all, so you can better ascend higher to meet your real family, okay? So that's the reason for the walking away from everybody. And then, like Sis said, it's just all in the corner. You may not have to walk away from them forever. That's if they decided to come up in their consciousness just a little bit. Now, if they decided not, then 9 times out of 10, y'all, when we walk away from people, places, and things, 9 times out of 100, I'm gonna say, usually the door stays closed. Okay, 9 times out of 10, usually the door stays closed, and it's simply because a lot of the people that you are walking away cannot and will not fly higher in their consciousness to get to that point of where you are. It's just like how we be saying we can't take everybody.
Everybody can't go.
Everybody
can't go.
And so this is where we have to flip the script and pivot a little bit on that thing and say, hold on. I know blood sounds a little thicker than water, but is it really? Because if we really look at it, y'all, we on different sides of the world, and all of us are experiencing some of the same things that got to do based off family, right? So if everybody, because remember we keep saying that it's a thing from the inside, it reflects on the out. Why is all of us going through the same thing at the exact same moment if this is not what we're supposed to be doing?
Exactly. This is your timeline. This is what you're supposed to do. And as you said, blood thicker than the water. This is why I say I prefer purified water than tainted blood. Stop holding on to that blood is thicker than water. Go get you some purified water. Your soul family, your starseed family, That's purified
Let me
water.
help her.
Look,
Let me
yeah,
help
look.
sis.
See, help them see it. Purified water. Get you some purified water and stop playing around with tainted blood. Stop walking around thinking you owe somebody something because y'all share the same blood. And I'm going to say this again. I've been saying it. Think of it as they are your co-workers in life. You chose a particular bloodline to have your challenges
That's
and to
good.
transcend. They are your co-workers in life. Stop being so attached to them just because of a title, just because of a blood. Break yourself
Y'all
food.
need to
Break
treat them like
yourself
co-workers at
free.
work.
They
Okay?
that's what helped me. I kept saying, I had to change my perspective. Your perspective is
Thank
locked
you.
on seeing this blood link. Nah, I came through the blood because there's something in our blood that gave me the course that my soul unfolding journey needed to have. Thank you. We are co-workers in this lifetime. And this was our assignment as co-workers. I needed to learn something. I needed to break something in the bloodline. And if that means having all of y'all be mad at me and we never see each other again for the rest of my lifetime, then so be it. I did my purpose. I came to break the codes. I'm not
Listen,
here
and
to
get
be
what you go
I'm
ahead.
not
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not here to be your bestie. I'm not here to be your bestie for life. Mama, daddy, auntie, cousin, uncle, grandma, grandpa. No. I'm not here to be your bestie. Right? I'm not y'all stop holding on to these titles. That's why it's so hard. So I saw
Yes.
someone put in the title saying, "How do you let them go?" Well, this is why you got to do the work here. I always tell people, don't go jumping out of stuff that you're not ready to do because you're going to have a mental collapse. You have to
Right.
prepare yourself here first. Do the work in your soul first, which strengthens you and prepares you and fortifies you and stabilizes you to do what you physically need to do. Y'all don't just listen to what we saying, and if you're not ready right here, you gonna jump up and be like, I'm cutting this person off, I'm cutting a, and then you can't mentally handle it when certain
Right.
things happen. Prepare yourself with your soul's work so that you can do what you need to do. It's not always easy. And if you don't change the perspective, it's not going to be an easy thing to do. And yes, your adult children, it hurts, it's hard. But like, so you were saying that you're spiritually connected to them. You said, how do I leave them if they're spiritually? Who said that they're, how do you not know that the spiritual connection is that you are meant to have that relationship and break away, and that was your spiritual assignment? You are confusing spirituality with the need, the human
The
desire,
love,
personal will
the
need
human love,
to be
human need.
attached
Mm-hmm.
to a title, that because this is my child we have a spiritual connection. Listen, I told my older daughter we do have a spiritual connection, but I told her that when you choose what you choose, you break the contract, and the contract is going to be broken by you because I'm standing by it,
Right.
but I ain't gonna force you to do
Right.
nothing you don't want to
Come
do.
on.
So contract broken. I don't owe you
Denied.
nothing. You don't owe me nothing.
Exactly.
We gotta understand some of these things, y'all. Y'all tie yourself to things that you don't have to be tied to.
Right. And it go back, like you said, and we always talking about it. Y'all got to understand that the titles, y'all, is what's keeping us separated from shit, too. Okay?
Yeah.
Mother, husband, wife. Like, all these are titles.
My
We
husband,
are,
my this, like everybody could kick
okay?
rocks at this point. At this
That
level,
part. Talk about
everybody could kick rocks. I don't care what
deuces.
death do you part. Oh, but we made vows. We made vows when that was in my dead body. That's my dead timeline. You
Come
take
on.
that up with my ghost. I'm not
Come
here for
on.
that no more. Y'all stop holding. It's different for everybody. You can. It's an experience. If you didn't have that death to rebirth, and that brings us back to the timelines. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying to y'all. We are at different levels in the timeline, and it's okay to be right wherever you are. Maybe you're
Right,
just
right,
getting this knowledge to be like, I realize this is where I am, and now it's for you to make the decision to see where you want to be. And so
right.
to explain, like, before we give what we're given, I want to explain these timelines and what it may look like for some of us. So this is the, let's say that this is the flat line right here. This is your false matrix old timeline. And so during this ascension time, depending on how you have traversed through it, you have found your truer timeline. Many of us here have found our truer timelines, especially those of you who are saying everything changed for you. You lost your family, job, this, all of that. Yes, you have acquired your truer timeline. So it looks like, depending on the degrees of it. So I'm gonna say this first. The truest timeline is more of the potentiality of you having your truest timeline is gonna look like a right angle up. For those who remember geometry, y'all know that right angle look like a L. The right angle is you completely going right angled up to your into your truest timeline. Now, for those who are just like truer timeline, you may not have came to the full potential, but maybe you did a big chunk of it, and so your angle of degrees is more like this. It's closer to here. It may not be quite here, but it may be here. This is your truer timeline. So you have not self-actualized the truest timeline, but you have self-actualized a truer timeline that is no longer on this false timeline matrix to this degree, this big degree, right? There are different degrees, as you can see where I'm getting at. Someone may be halfway there. They came up this much. Someone may have only came up this much. Like, you're not where you used to be, but you haven't done enough to fully come up, but you have a truer timeline that you are now on. That's about this many degrees. So the degrees to which you have went to a different timeline depends on your level of what you have acquired in the activation of this cosmic potency that is according to your movement through consciousness and the consistency in which you had been portaling through. There are a couple of complex components, not too complex, but there are a complex of things that takes it. So you can't look for one thing to say, well, I did this, so I should be here. There are different things in different people's lives, but I wanted ones to understand, overstand, and understand. Just because you gained a truer timeline does not mean you have self-actualized the truest. And that is the difference of those who have self-actualized the crystalline body. You have returned to the truest timeline by what? By repeated consistency of operating in the modality of the true time reality mode that we had been talking about, that continued to bring you truer and truer and truer to your truest. For that, this is very rare though. This one here is very rare. Most people, from what I'm sensing in the messages I've been getting, most people, especially anybody who's resonating with us right here, most people have gotten about here to the higher degrees, like halfway or more. Most of you here have gotten a chunk, especially if you really feel that energetic pull and that heaviness. And some of you, to know that is if you made major changes, abrupt major changes that were death to ego, death to rebirth in the ego, that caused you to have that much of an ascension. And most of you have been fasting and detoxing, those of you who are called into that. Most of you. Some are still here, and that's still not bad. It's better to still find a truer timeline than to be on this false matrix. Either way, you have accomplished a piece of chunk of something to self-actualize onto your truer timeline. Ashe? Does that make sense?
It does. It makes plenty. It makes plenty.
So,
did y'all follow her? Everybody, drop some hearts in the chat if y'all understood what sis was saying. Just drop some hearts. I have any question. We got Sweet Blue said, yeah, I did need to be here today. Everyone isn't supposed to understand our purpose but us.
Ashe. Ashe.
Says as you were talking, she was listening a song called Awakening start playing.
Okay, yeah. Now I gotta look it up. Now I'm curious. The song is called Awakening.
I didn't know you was in the building, sis. Okay.
What's the song called?
Awakening.
Okay, now I'm curious.
I know, right? Awakenings, brother. Start playing. She said, as I'm listening, a song called Awakening start playing.
Mm-hmm. Ashe. And I love what this person says here. I love that because some people get mad when they feel like, well, I didn't get to the truest timeline. It's okay. Somebody said, like, we get there, but not fully, which is okay because as long as we are moving towards it, that's all that
Yeah,
matters. Are you
that's
moving
all that
towards
matters,
it?
y'all. As
And
long as you're trying to get there, like move, just you know what I'm saying. You're putting in the work. You're doing your shadow work. It may not be every day. You might fuck up today. Tomorrow you might be back on your shadow work. Like
mm-hmm.
just don't be hard on yourselves. It doesn't matter what time or what space that you are on your angle. You know what I'm saying? It just matters that you are moving towards it. Just remember that, because it's not easy, but long as you're moving, that says a whole lot about who you are. You trying, okay?
Ashe. Ashe. Can you ask that person who was the singer
Um,
of that song, the Awakening song?
I was just gonna tell you, Lofi, Lofi.
Lofi. Okay, because I put
Yeah,
it in, but I was like, wait a minute, it's gonna put up a whole bunch of stuff. Lofi, Lofi, right?
yeah,
I'm having in, yep, I'm leaving in 3 months. Yep, next level. See, you already on the move. You are my
right.
confirmation for what I have to do next. You're welcome. That's why I said, Spirit said, go ahead and give this information because, and now this brings me to what I was guided to offer as an extended piece. And this is, like I said, not for many, probably one or two people because I can't do a group. Um, what I'm offering for those who to help assist whoever this may be for to assist to self actualize to their truer timeline, or to be honest, this is how it was shown to me. I kept hearing there's somebody that is like almost like there and to their truest timeline and really needs this ascension bump or acceleration. So I'm guided to offer it to that person. And I'm shown that even if they don't get to this, it may be for someone just to help get them to their truer timeline. Like what I'm hearing is that they're almost there, like they're already in flow of doing it. So whoever this is for, it is because this is very intense. If for me to do this, what's happening is I'm being told to offer what I just did in 21 days within a 3-day window. Each day is going to be for 7 days. The dates that I was given, and this is because of the extension of the portal of this 8-8 portal. There's an extension of this high potential, high magnified portal on the dates of the 17th and the 26th. And it includes 3 days, meaning the day before, the day of, the day after, which today would be one of them. So I don't know how that's going to go because today is already today. And someone did show interest for the 26, but they have not, paid for it yet. So it's 144, and 144 gets you through the door. And whoever sends theirs first, it's not even just about the money. Like what Spirit was showing me is who's really ready. So before y'all jump the gun, let me explain because this is really intense. You have to be committed for 3 days. This is not my words. I'm sharing to you the way in which it is to be shared in this energy for me to be able to best help you, or this is the best potential of it. You have to be committed for 3 days. You have to be fasting. Matter of fact, you're already fasting and detoxing. This is for someone who is already fasting and detoxing in some kind of way already, and you're probably already in the midst of making major changes, or you may have just made those changes and just needing more help to that. So you're making sacrifices. In these 3 days, you are to be on a strict like fast or detox. No meats, no sweets, no carbs. It may be liquids all day and whatever of that, but no meats, no sweets, no carbs. It's going to be very similar to the detox that I was guiding everyone through the halls of Amenti. So you're doing that for 3 days, and for 3 days you're going no. Here's the big one. I know this hard for a lot of people to do. For 3 days you're going nowhere. For 3 days you are keeping to yourself. This is very, very pivotal because it's only 3 days. You don't really have the space in time that we had to do it in 7 days. So if you want this, if to help really accelerate it and to really accentuate it and really get you locked in for you to self actualize and self realize this, to get you to that timeline. This is being offered as an extension to the portal because the 17th is an 8, just so you all understand why. It's an extension of the 8-8 portal. The 17th is an 8 and the 26th is an 8. The 17th is very potent because it's very close to what it's like we're just closing out of the window, and it's very close to the window. So it's still, what do you call it? Reverberating. It's still reverberating off of this potent portal. It's very close to it. The 26th is very potent because it's like a double 8-8 portal. And it's a double portal because the 2626 is a portal, meaning the 26th of the month and the 26th of the year being a 26. So it's a 2626 portal, which the 2 and the 6 is an 8. So it amplifies the 8, and it's an 8-8 portal as well. So those are the reasons why those 2 dates were given that I can offer. It is 3 days. If you want it, you email me. My email is used to Zelle me the 144. You Zelle me the 144, or you can Cash App it, Cosmic Earth 144, or you can email Zelle using my email, akilatextry@gmail.com, AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. And that's in my bio. If I said it too quickly, or that's also in the bio.
And we do have her cash, and again, this is for 2 spaces, y'all. One for the 17th, one for the 26th. We have her cash app down in the bottom, as well as her email if you all want to be a part of the class. I thought I heard my daughter calling. But if you want to be a part of the class, just email. Like I said, she has 2 spots available, and when I say to you all, it is very worth it. When I tell you she gets down to the nitty gritty, honey, to the nitty gritty, she's gonna deal with that ego. If you got an ego, she's gonna deal with it. Okay? So it's gonna be $144 if you are for real, because she does not play no game. Okay? So again, her cash app is in the bottom of the chat, as well as her email. 2 spots available. I seen 2 hands go up in the chat. I seen one saying they've been fasting for 2 weeks. My other girl threw her hand up in the air like it was for her. So listen, y'all, everything you need is at the bottom, okay? And any of you who are looking for coaching, trying to figure out what's going on with your chakras, if you block, I do coaching sessions. My stuff is up in my bio. I got a strategy call. If you don't know if you need your chakras blocked, or you trying to figure out where you're giving your power away to, so we can better help you pull your energy back, because I'm a coach of embodiment. That's what I do. I'm an embodiment coach. I don't just tell you, oh, we're going to work on, no, bitch, you're going to get up and be that today. Okay? So, listen. So if y'all need any of that, all my stuff is up in my bio in my Beacon store, okay? And I wanted to because I see some of the comments too, and Spirit made sure I made clear of this. Like I said, it's not all about the money. It's really where you are at. So email me if this is. Let me tell you who this is really for. This is, and I'm thank you for some of you that are like, I'll do my one-on-one. You all can also do a one-on-one with me for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. We could do that as well. Thank you, Dedicated. I always got to thank Dedicated for that. I was like, 369. I got it. This how we gonna do it. So 369. So you get the one-on-one. $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for 60 minutes, $90 for 90 minutes. That's your choice. So thank you for those who said they could wait on the one-on-one. I appreciate it. And I'm going to get to you. I see you, Ann. I see you. I'm going to email you so we can set up our appointment. And thank you for sending the money right away. Like, you're locked in. She was like, I want my 30. Let's go. So I got you. And I want to say this because I see where some people are like, I don't have it. Like, don't get caught in the lack state of mind. I'm going to tell you like my spiritual mentor told me when I did that. She said, do you want to go? And I knew I didn't have the money.
And I was like, I don't got it. She said, I didn't ask you that. Do you want to go? Universe did not ask you that. The universe said, do you want it? Yes or no. The universe is asking you, is it for you? Yes or no. And I'm saying this because if it's really for you, email me, message me, talk to me, because it may just be for you. Who this is really for, it's not all about the money. This is for those who have, like I said, you've been fasting and all of that. This is not just to get it, just to get the help. This is particularly for someone who is on the brink of self-actualizing that truer timeline, and they feel it in every fiber of their being that I need to access this truer timeline. There's every fiber of your being, you feel it being called in you. If you feel that burning desire in you, I'm not asking you if you have the money. If you feel that, have a conversation, email me, because if it's truly for you, and I'll know the difference, believe me, spirit already tells me, it guided me thus this far. So whoever email me, I'm going by what spirit guides me and who spirit tells me to do it for and in what way. Yes, it's 144, and if you honestly know that you have it, that's what you need to do. If you honestly know that you feel that pull on the ascension and you really, really need it, and it's calling to the depths of your soul to self-actualize at this particular time, right now, in the now time, then email me, even if you don't have it, because you can work out a payment plan. You can do something that ties into where you are and what can be done. But you have to want it in every way as well, because I'm not going to lie to y'all. If I show up and you not showing up, it's 3 days. And if you don't show up the second day, or if you show up and it's like, you don't really, it's going to be difficult, then I'm going to back out. And I'm not going to refund, because this takes time and energy from me. And I really want to emphasize that. Y'all see me right now out of the day. What I'm doing to hold this vibration for you all is I'm still fasting. I'm still fasting because spirit told me, whoever this is for, I need you to fortify this to help amplify it for them. So it's not just about me fasting for me right now. I came out of my last day yesterday, ready to close out. But spirit told me there's another and there's another. So I know there is a 1 and a 2. It may be 2 people. And so I'm letting you know this is how serious I am committing. So if you can't commit in that way for you, I would suggest to leave it alone and do a one-on-one. Because especially if you pay for it, and if I feel it energetically, I'm very sensitive energetically. You could tell me anything. But if I feel energetically that you're not really like doing it, and you're still, you're not trying to let go of everything, and I'm going to have to let go, because I'm holding it, for you. I'm sitting here fasting on my end for these 3 days that I'm going to be doing it with you. You're not going to be the only one fasting. I've been holding it today in case somebody signs up. Like, I'm ready for whoever's ready right now too, today. I said, if it be so, spirit, and somebody wants it right now and needs it right now, I'm already ready, because I stayed fasting for these 3 days. And Monday is my off day. So for me to do it these 3 days is really extending myself and giving my time, because I don't do work on Mondays. So I'm sharing that just so y'all understand the seriousness of it. I take the ascension time very seriously. And if I'm going to extend my time in my space-time reality for another, then they got to show up for themselves in that same seriousness, with due respect and energetic reciprocity. I'm so serious. I had to say it just the way it is. And in love.
Y'all heard the lady. Don't come over here playing with us if y'all ain't ready to grow. That's what she said. That's all she said. I'm just going to say it right for her.
Girl.
Don't come over here fucking with us if you ain't ready to grow up and mature in all your ways, and be integrative, and be truthful, and walk in unity and authenticity and love and all the things. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't come over here playing with us, because we're going to feel your energy.
I'm going to feel it.
She ain't never told no lies on that. Okay? So, because we're energy readers.
Right? And you ain't got to be perfect for me. It's not, I want y'all to, it's not for me. I just know what it takes to be in alignment with spirit a certain way. And if I'm showing up, You got to show up. So you ain't got to be perfect for me, but it's about you walking in your perfection for you and what you want to acquire for you.
Right.
So
this is how you treat yourself good. How you treat yourself right. When you showing up for your purpose, it's yours. Because it's not ours. We doing ours. You know what I'm saying? But you showing up for your own self, that gives the universe like, oh, hold on. Let's put an ear down a little lower for her. Shit, she done stepped on over. Oh, she paid for a course. Y'all, the spirit team be out there. Oh my God.
She ready.
God. Y'all don't even understand how much ascension helps us, y'all. Like our guardians, our spiritual team, they be so ready. Like it's just like when we go outside and we spend our hard-earned money on restaurant foods and beautiful clothing, and we go and get these beautiful cars that don't mean us nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? But we won't even take. We'll feel like $30, $40, $50 is just $144. It's too much for your spiritual purpose. How is it? How is it?
Yep. You got to look at what you'll find your money to do. And I have to say it like that. Some people, and I get it, some people is real tight and some people really don't have it. And for some people, let me say it this way. So for some people, you don't have it, but you'll find it for what you need. So my question is, like, you may not have it, but let's say somebody passed away and you got to go to the funeral. All of a sudden, you found some money to make it to this funeral. What Yeshua said, let the dead bury the dead. But you will find that money. So that's how I look at things. You might say you don't have it, but do you consider this ascension as serious as death? Because it is. I'm talking about a death to rebirth. This is a funeral. You paying for your own funeral. Y'all heard what I said about me. I could say it to you because I could say it to me. I'm having my own funeral. I'm getting ready to send my obituaries out. You paying for your own funeral. Do you want this death to rebirth transformation or not? It is a death to rebirth. So look at it like that. Just like you'll find the money for a funeral, find the money for your own funeral right now, because you're about to have a death to rebirth transformation. So when you look at it like that, you'll do it. You'll borrow. Let me get a 144. I get back to you. You'll do. The question is what you are ready to make the sacrifice for. I don't need no favors.
Definitely that, y'all. So just understand this. Y'all's ascension has everything to do with how much y'all want to ascend. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there like us who are able to help you through it because we're only a bridge. You know what I'm saying? And what it look like, that bridge look like what Sis showed me the other day is it's a bridge from old text to new truths.
Yep.
Okay? So we hold certain keys in our hands because we are activators. You see what I'm saying? Because we know how to activate our own kingdom. Our purpose is to come in and be a bridge to help you all activate yours. Okay? So again,
get it.
Without further ado, if y'all need any of the services, her Cash App is at the bottom. Her Gmail is also in the chat. We're not gonna stay here too much more longer because I think we've been here almost 2 minutes.
I gotta go eat me some salad.
And I gotta get done packing because my people early in the morning, so I'm trying to get listen, y'all. I'm trying to get on off so I can go and get up out of here. Okay, start my new venture and my new timeline. I say in real time. Everything that Sister's speaking about, y'all, we are seeing it in real time. Okay, so just make sure y'all come on, go on over there to that class. Let Sis feed y'all real good for those of you who it is for. Okay. And if y'all looking for some chakra alignment, come on over here to your dedicated group.
There you go.
I do one-on-one as well as strategy calls. You might not know where you are. You may be trying to decide where you're trying to go. You might want to start a business. You don't know where to start. The strategy call is just whatever you want. Just where you trying to start. What is your plans? Okay, where you trying to get to? The chakra is the 7 chakra seals. It comes with a one-on-one as well with the ebook. Okay, you get 30 minutes, all right, for each session. Then I also got one called the Audacity of Sovereignty. All right, and this one right here it's basically showing us who we are giving our energy to. Okay, where are you pouring energy? Basically, if you coming home every day and you drain and you can't figure out why you so damn tired, we map out your energy to see, hey, X, Y, Z, where you been all day. Okay, because that's where awareness comes in, y'all. When you map your own energy. Okay, so for those of you who don't know how to do that yet, you can have a one-on-one. We'll get together, we'll sit down, and I also came out with my new book. It's called Roots and Revelations. It's a hoodoo book paired with numerology, tarot reading, scripture reading, teaching you about anything that you can pretty much think of, y'all. I call it the cosmic Bible. It has your sun, your moon, your phases, moon phases in there, all the things, the candle colors, whatever you thought that you wanted to know about, anything to do with spirituality, and you don't know where to start. This book again is called Roots and Revelations. Okay, it gives you a mix up of different things in there, y'all. Where we're not just covering. You know how some books you got the Bible, but you want to use a spell, but you don't know what color candle. You working through your astrology, and you're trying to do a little ritual with your Bible scripture, but you don't know what your sun and your moon phases and all these things. So all of it tapping in together, you get a correlation of things, okay? That will help you in one place, so you won't have to go look at this book, that book, this book. What's the moon? What's the sun phase today? What's it?
Ashe, are you still there?
Just released it a couple of days ago, and I got my first sale on it.
Ashe, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, I can hear you now. It had stopped for a minute.
Okay, so I got my first sale, and I want to thank Spade. If she's still in the building, I don't know if she left out or not, but definitely, y'all, check us out. You know, we have some beautiful tools for you all. And one thing for certain, and two things for sure, y'all, we can't walk it unless we talk it. We can't talk it unless we walk it. So either or, we done had to been through some things to get to this point to where we are right now. And we're very blessed and highly favored, and we're thankful for the lessons that we have went through to get to this point. Because I don't know about sis, but I even see on both our timelines where it has been a switch up of sorts. You know what I'm saying? About how we are connecting the dots with one another and coming together, doing this in the most high way. I'm just gonna say
true collaboration.
Sounds good. Sounds wonderful. Yes, true collaboration, and this is what it looks like, y'all. When your timeline starts changing, and the crazy thing about this, I've always seen myself doing this type of stuff. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. But when I came out of that rebellion type of time, listen, y'all know how we don't like to listen to our higher self. Okay, when you come out of that type of time, again, I will always say to you, once you heal your inside, your kingdom, you don't have to do nothing outside. Okay, your outside is going to wrap itself around you. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the outside. Stay on the inside, and we can get something done. Okay.
Ashe. my thing looked like it's gonna cut off. So let me say this, because I'm trying to do the puzzle thing, but it's not letting me. So I know I got like 2 minutes before it cuts me off. So I want to thank Bloom. Thank you, Bloom, for putting my information in the chat, my Cash App, and my email. Thank you for doing that. As well as anyone who wants to donate. Anyone, if you got anything from this today and you just want to donate to the word, to where you got your soul feed in or anything, feel free to do that as well. I'm pretty sure for both of us, on whether it's me, dedicated, just give to where you got from, because not just to give for us, because I'm asking, but Spirit is saying to remind me, y'all, remind you all this, because it's going to open a channel for you. It's because you're giving to where you got. So it's helping you to open that channel of abundance for you. So if you got something out of this, give into that, any amount, whatever it works for you that it may be. And then as a reminder, for those who won't be able to get that one-on-one that I was talking about, there's the regular one-on-one. So don't forget that. Feel free to line up for that. The 30-minute, 60-minute, or 90-minute. Don't forget the calendar. The 5D calendar is a tool that'll help you get on the true timeline. So I wanted to make sure I remind you all of that, and email me for those who that one is supposed to be for. Even if you feel you don't have it, send me an email and then we'll just go from there. So I wanted to make sure I get that all out before, TikTok cuts me off. And it's been a pleasure to share this information with all of you. And you, sis, for us to come together and get them the ascension timelines. Let's be moving through these timelines. Ashe?
Cause we moving through them, baby. We moving through
We
them.
sifting
We
and
gotta come
shift.
out them diamonds out, cause we sifting all the way through that shit. I'm talking about
Shift. Oh, and let me take a deep breath before we go. I like to always close out with the breath. So let's before they close me out, everybody just take a deep breath in together. Six, count for 6 going in, hold for 4, and release for a deep 8, releasing whatever doesn't serve you. So let's now take a deep breath in, hold 2, 3, 4, release for a deep 8. And just release all that doesn't serve you. Allow yourself to be open. See your crown open and allow that ascension time to extend to you in your truer timeline as you continue to move towards the truer and truer timeline as you take full awareness of this ascension time and be aware to see the next one and the next one and the next. You are all ever unfolding and glowing, and it is so shall it be. Ashe, ashe, from me to you. Ashe, they done closed out. See, the bird makes his call. Ashe, ashe, to who it may be. From my heart, it is so. Be blessed. Be in a blissfulness. Don't be less, be bliss. Ashe, love and light.